because of experience being the starting quarterback for the Muskies.
And what do you see here as key for tonight here for Nate Brownrigg's Tornadoes?
Well, anytime I think you have to eliminate the explosive plays and take care of the football. I think in a game like this, if you can get first downs and control the clock a little bit if you're West Muskingum, I don't know that you want to get in a shootout with John Glenn simply because you're at their place and they can be really good offensively as they proved last week. I think if you're West Muskingum, you simply want to execute. You can be methodical at times, and obviously you want to score some points, but also along with that, you want to keep John Glenn's offense off the field if you can.
And the MVL right now, really through 2 weeks, if you look at the standings, everything's really on its ear right now. You've got Crooksville, you've got Morgan, and Maysville. New Lexington also in there, too. New Lexington's been typically pretty good, but those 4 teams, 2-0, undefeated coming in to week number 3. And, you've got Sheridan at 0-2. And, Tri-Valley has had some struggles here early on, a little bit off and on. John Glenn got one, had one slip away. So the conference, the teams that we've typically seen at the top end of the MVL, right now it's a little bit flip-flopped here to start the season.
Sure is. And I think when there's that much parity in a league or a conference, your first 3 weeks is kind of just, you're kind of feeling each other out. And I think that, week 3 and beyond really becomes the deciding factor of who can put together a consistent season. Obviously, staying healthy is a key factor for many teams if they're not real deep. But you're right. It's been a little bit different start this year in the MVL with some, teams maybe rising to the top, winning some games early that maybe haven't done that in the past. And, of course, like you mentioned with Tri-Valley, having a little bit of trouble early in the season. But we know that with that program there, they'll get it turned around and they'll have a successful season like they've done for many, many years. Mm-hmm. But again, the MVL there's a lot of parity in the league. Anybody can win any night for the most part. So it should be interesting. And I think tonight's a big indicator and a big start for either West Muskingum or John Glenn getting a win tonight.
All right, and let's take a look at Nate Brownrigg's West Muskingum Tornado offense. On the offensive line, he's got, we'll see number 54, Elliott Foster, number 52, Dom Stevenson, number 50, Preston Farrell, 55, Eli Walton, and number 75, Carson Lewis. The running back is David Evans, number 23. The wideouts for Braxton Brownrigg, the quarterback, will be Carter Smith, number 1, Taven Bennett, number 13, and Grady Dolings, number 5, will be the main receivers. And at quarterback, as we said, Braxton Brownrigg, who's already piled up a good bitty yards rushing, 166 yards so far through the first 2 weeks, and also 237 yards through the air. So a good double threat quarterback. This defense, which for John Glenn here, Richard, a lot of new faces in that lineup here. A few that have kind of anchoring, Kean Barton, anchoring the D-line, Cash Paisley, and so on. The linebacking core, I think, is probably the most solid of the group. Ryder Pennington kind of anchoring the secondary, but a lot of new faces that Matt Edwards and Mitch Bindle have had to plug in there this year.
Yeah, anytime, you lose to talent to graduation or in some cases injuries or students decide not to come out, it does change things. But I think the thing to remember here, Dave, is that both teams go through that. Both teams rebuild in some capacity or reload or redesign, whatever the case may be. But you're right. Tonight will be an interesting. I think it's a great game on paper when you look at them on how they match up.
All right, we'll take a very short break. We'll come back with the opening kickoff tonight from week number 3, John Glenn and West Muskingum, after this word.
At Village Hardware and Rental in Barnesville, we've got everything you need for homeowner, contractor, and commercial jobs. From trusted Milwaukee tools and everyday hardware to pro-grade Valspar paint, trusted color you can count on. Plus, we offer paint mixing, key cutting, special orders, and commercial services too. And now, introducing our officially open firearms and ammo department. Fully stocked, trusted, and convenient. Whether you're working, improving, or protecting, Village Hardware and Rental is your one-stop shop. Drop by at 265 South Chestnut Street, Barnesville. Village Hardware and Rental. We make it easy to build the world around you.
Looking for an incredible deal on a new Ford, Lincoln, or Nissan? Come check out our vastly growing inventory selection and ask us about all the low APR options that are going on right now at Dutro Ford, Lincoln, Nissan.
If a new vehicle isn't in the budget, let us show you a pre-owned alternative that is sure to fit all your needs without breaking the bank. We know with the running from work to practice or games doesn't leave much time for car shopping, so view our full inventory online 24/7 at DutrosAuto.com.
Best of luck to all the coaches and players this year. Have a safe and successful season from all of us at Dutro Ford, Lincoln, Nissan. At Abel's, we're proud that so many people trust our family with their family's home comfort. I'm Russ Abels. For new heating and cooling, you can trust us to save you money with our high-efficiency systems. We're trusted for electrical work, lighting, outlets, generators, complete home electrical service upgrades. We do it all. And you can trust us in an emergency. Whether it's heating, cooling, or electrical repairs, we promise to do the job right. It's what we do for family, and it's what everyone deserves. Trust Abels.
It's that time of year again. Football season is upon us. Hey, Mark Kelly here with Bicon Services, wishing all our local teams a great and successful year. As your premier commercial building contractor, Bicon Services is ready to tackle everything from small facility renovations to large industrial expansions. We're here to handle all your commercial and industrial needs under one roof. So while you're out there scoring the winning touchdown, let us work on making your next commercial project a success. Bicon Services, building the future one project at a time.
And welcome back to John Glenn High School Field. John Glenn Little Muskies going to receive it here to start this ball game tonight. We'll take a look at John Glenn's starting offense from left to right on that offensive line. Sophomore Jake Crawford, number 57, 210-pounder. Jimmy Boyd will be returning at left guard, a senior at 240 pounds, number 61. Owen Abels at center, number 55, at 235-pound sophomore. Landon Cornelius, 235-pound junior at the right guard, and Rowdy Zimba, the sophomore tackle at 210 pounds on the other side. Ryder Pennington, number 80, 6'3 receiver. And Colton Gress, 5'11 junior. This kickoff is going to go bounce over the head of number 8, Reitz Metzger, back to receive it, and it'll go into the end zone for a touchback. Metzger will be in there as the running back, 5'10", 190-pounder. And we'll also see Cash Paisley, 6', 205-pound junior wideout as well for John Glenn. Owen Edwards, the senior QB at 5'9", 165 pounds, number 1 for those of you watching on our YRP-TV live stream. And welcome aboard for all of you listening on 97.7 FM as well. Edwards has Metzger on one side, Dominic Bates on the other. They'll run on the counter. Metzger trying to come through the left side of the line, and he is wrapped up immediately, and he is hit by linebacker number 1, Carter Smith. Knifed in, totally unblocked.
Yeah, Smith did a great job of plugging that hole immediately for the tackle.
Defensive line for West Muskingum, Caden Love, 53, Dom Stevenson, number 52, Amari Harris, the big 0 there in the center of that line, and Ashton Ansel, number 20, on that right defensive end. Linebackers, as we said, Carter Smith, Cooper McKenzie, a junior, number 31. Carter Smith and McKenzie looking to blitz. Now they back off. They snap it to Edwards out of the pistol. 2nd and 9 play. Rolling out to his right toward the sideline throws. That's a catch, and that is Colton Gress with the grab. Just a few yards ahead of the line of scrimmage. Picks up, looks like 4 to the 25, just beyond that 25-yard line. And again, we'll call it 5 yards on the pass play. 3rd and a long 4 coming up for the Maroon and White with a minute gone in this opening quarter. Secondary for West Muskingum, Taven Haynes, number 2. Taven Bennett, number 13. Number 23, David Evans. And the safeties are Braxton Brownrigg, 15, and Cohen McConnell, a junior, number 8. From the pistol again on 3rd and 4 with 4 wide receivers. Edwards, quick throw out to the left side. Got Ryder Pennington, and he's got a first down. And Pennington, with second effort, picks up a few more yards for John Glenn to get them a first down and 10 at the 35-yard line, a Bicon Services first down. Tonight's kickoff brought to you by Valentine Insurance on Southgate Parkway in Cambridge. On the touchback a moment ago. First down of the game for John Glenn. 10-18 and counting here in the opening quarter. Muskies trying to put together a scoring drive on number 1. And Edwards on a draw play gives it off to Metzger, coming around the left tackle. Good recovery by linebacker number 31, Cooper McKenzie, come up with that tackle as Metzger runs for a gain of close to 4 yards on first down. Still a successful first down play. Looked like it could have gone for more, but a nice recovery there is a good read by the linebacker.
It really was. Metzger got to the outside, but the linebacker came up and made a great play to minimize the gain.
Edwards with Metzger and Bates on his right and left, respectively. 3 wideouts on the pistol as Edwards gives it straight ahead for Metzger, breaks a tackle, and has another Bicon Services first down at the 49-yard line, and a late flag coming in at the spot of the tackle. Going to be either a face mask or a late hit at the 49. That'll be a gain of 10 for Metzger, and I think we're going to tack on 15 more. It's a personal foul against West End. Not sure exactly quite happened at the end of the play. Maybe just a little late pop after he was already on the ground.
Yeah, I didn't really see the penalty there, but obviously the official did.
First penalty of the game as John Glenn now gets its second first down and tack on 15 yards. They're already at the West Muskingum 36-yard line. Edwards now with an offset pistol eye to his right side. Bates is the blocking back to his right, and Metzger deep in the backfield. They're going to lead the way for Owen Edwards. Slips a few tackles. Nice job. Looked like that play was going to be stopped dead to rights, but Edwards slithers his way through for a gain of 5 up to the 31-yard line. And Carter Smith on the stop with Caden Love.
Well, when your quarterback can be multidimensional, that really helps your offense, which we're seeing with Edwards both being able to run right there for a pickup of 5, plus it can roll out and throw the football pretty effectively.
Well, this is pretty important, too, for John Glenn's offensive line. You've got 3 sophomores on that offensive line, and they're getting some serious on-the-job training here so far in the first 2+ weeks. Edwards again out of the pistol, fake handoff, quick throw out of the flanker screen. That's Gress with the catch, plows forward, has a first down to the 25. Bicon Services first down after a 6-yard pass to Gress. And a nice job by Gress. Really a nice job, just a quick pop pass to the flat on the right side, Rich. And then Gress, really a great job of not thinking too much, getting up the field north and south.
Really did. You know, Gress has had a great game last week, and we're seeing the same thing this week, being real productive offensively thus far.
4 minutes gone in this opening drive for John Glenn, looking to put on the game's first points. 2 running backs in the backfield with Edwards. They give it off to 21, Jensen Perry, his first carry back there, and he'll run out of bounds on that far right sideline to the 23-yard line. A pickup of a couple. Good job by that West End defense to string things out. It was, once again, Cooper McKenzie, one of the key guys out there to string that play out for the West MD. Right now the wind's just about perfectly still. Beautiful night, especially for the players here early on in this season right now. Uncharacteristically cool. Metzger through the right side of the line, plows his way to the 20, a gain of 3. And again, McKenzie is in on that stop, number 31, the linebacker, along with Carson Lewis. So a 3rd and 5, one of the, so far, John Glenn has converted all their 3rd down attempts on this drive.
Really have done a great job of just managing the game so far, picking up positive yardage on every play.
To the left is Bates, number 29, and Metzger on the right side of the QB out of the pistol. Edwards, quick throw. That pass is tipped away. The linebacker McKenzie got a piece of that. The junior leaped up and prevented that little flat right pass away, and it's 4th down and 5. Now at the nose of the football on the right hash mark, just in front of the 20-yard line. And I think this is an area here where we would have seen Will Nicolazaka's kick last year probably, but this year I don't think, maybe quite the confidence yet in that place kicking game.
Sure, it's early in the season, and in a game like this, you're going to go for it, especially where the ball is located on about the 20.
4th and 5 from the 20. 4 wideouts for Owen Edwards. I think he's going to try to draw West Ham off. He claps again, rolls out to his right, under heavy pressure, ball stripped away, still loose on the ground. It's going to be scooped up by John Glenn, but it's a turnover on downs anyway. The ball was recovered by Landon Cornelius, the right guard for John Glenn, number 77, but the Tornadoes will take over at the 27-yard line after a 4-minute and 58-second possession by the Muskies, which ends short of the West End red zone. So now we'll see what Braxton Brownrigg and the West End offense can do. Brownrigg, a fine senior quarterback here. He's mixed it up well. He's a dangerous runner as well as a pretty strong thrower back there. He's got David Evans in the backfield with him, about 4 yards behind him in the pistol. 2 wideouts to the near side. Straight ahead handoff to Evans. Nice job. Cash Paisley was in there first to cut him down around the 29-yard line. A pickup of 2. Connor Shoemake was in there too. That was Shoemake. Right now Paisley not in the lineup defensively at the moment. There he is. He's over on that outside right, number 14. We'll get to the Muskie defense here after this play. Wide out to each side. And coming behind the play is Carter Smith on a flanker reverse. Pennington greets him just a yard ahead of the line of scrimmage and rides him out of bounds over on that far John Glenn sideline to around the 30. So a very minimal gain. We'll call it just a gain of 1. Nice job in pursuit, staying home, John Glenn defense. Kean Barton, number 70, a senior defensive end with Braden Knowlton, 200-pound junior, number 79. Carter Cochran is there, 280-pound junior nose guard. Linebackers on the outside, Cash Paisley and Dominic Bates. On the inside is Connor Shoemake, number 12, and Max Morrow, number 84. Secondary, Colton Gress and Reed Howard at the corners, number 2 and number 3. Pennington, the safety, and Michael Magis, number 9. Heavy pressure by Shoemake. Brownrigg escapes from it, running to his outside right, and Dominic Bates will sling him out of bounds right there near the line of scrimmage. He's actually going to lose about a yard back to the 29-yard line. So again, great pursuit sideline to sideline by the JG defense.
Really was. They did a good job of stringing that play out, capturing the sideline to get him out of bounds.
So it looks like a punt situation coming for Carter Smith. Number 1 will be the punter for West Muskingum as the Tornadoes will go 3 and out, stalling at their own 29-yard line after the Muskies turned it over on downs. Good snap back to Carter Smith. And a low line drive punt bounces around the 36. Metzger falls on it at the 32. And the Muskies will take over right there on a 1st and 10 with 5:07 to play in this opening quarter and still no score as each team has stalled on their opening drive. Coming up later in our game, we'll have our Surgeon Construction scoreboard updates. Our Lock 9 Pizza John Glenn Muskie player of the game will be coming up at the end of our game. And as well, we'll have our John Glenn Little Muskie Guernsey Muskingum Electric Co-op lineman of the game. Power lineman of the game, I guess it is officially. And the Muskies now taking over from their own 32. Out of the pistol is Owen Edwards. Empty backfield, and Perry came around to fake that reverse. Edwards will keep it himself. I'm not sure if that was the play, but a smart play by the quarterback, turning something out of what looked like nothing, and he picks up a good 6-7 yards, just plows straight ahead right off that slant off the left side.
Yeah, he bobbled the snap there just a little bit, and I think he made a good choice not to try to he kept possession and turned the negative play possibly into a gain of 7.
And that's some of that senior leadership you expect to see. And good ball management right there. He's got trips receivers now to his right side with Metzger in the backfield. Fake handoff, rolling to his right, throws, and that's a little quick slant caught by Colton Gress with another catch. And another first down. J&M Electric. A Bicon Services first down. .43-yard line now. The Muskies moving. Pennington, the lone receiver, to the wide left side of the field with a couple of others out there on the right. And Bates with the carry, runs over a couple of Tornado would-be tacklers. The linebackers, McKenzie and Smith, missed him at the 46-yard line, and Metzger plows ahead for a gain of 8 into Tornado territory at the 49, but a flag is down in the middle of the field. It's going to be a face mask against West Muskingum trying to tackle Metzger. That's a 5-yarder, they're saying. Incidental face mask. Still a Bicon Services first down again for John Glenn with 3:56 remaining in the opening quarter. No score between West M and John Glenn. Muskies on their second drive of the game. And again, they're already in West M territory at the 44 now. Perry and Pennington, wideouts to the near side left. Paisley and Gress to the right side, with Metzger now shifting to the right side of quarterback Owen Edwards. Out of the pistol again. Edwards looking deep. Over the middle. Throws it underneath. Cash Paisley caught at the 40. Barrels over a couple of players. The ball comes loose. It is recovered by West Muskingum inside the 30-yard line at the 28. It's a good catch and run by Paisley, and he got nailed. There was a serious collision around the 30-yard line, and we still have a West Muskingum Tornado down right at the 30-yard line as Paisley got nailed. A good offensive play between Edwards and Paisley, but a turnover for John Glenn with 3:30 to play, and was not able to see the injured Tornado down on the field, and they were quickly motioning for the training staff to come out, and he jerks right back up off his feet. That's a good sign for that young man for West Muskingum. Taven Haynes, number 2, the junior defensive back, so he comes off the field no worse for wear. Tornadoes here taking advantage of a mistake by John Glenn. Again, the Muskies moving the ball efficiently, but nothing to show for it so far.
Exactly. You know, that was a pretty good possession until that turnover right there, but that was a huge hit. I mean, the fumble doesn't surprise me on a hit like that.
So Paisley will come back in. He'll try to redeem himself on the defensive side and that weak side linebacker position. West M's second possession now with 3:30 remaining in the first quarter. No score between the Tornadoes and Muskies here from New Concord. Out of the pistol is Brownrigg with a couple of running backs on either side. That ball goes over the head of Brownrigg. He has to fall on it way back at the 12-yard line. And that snap, even for Brownrigg, tough to handle. And that's going to be all the way back to the 12. They're going to lose 16 yards on that botched snap. So West M still looking for their first down of the game, and they're going to have a difficult time trying to find it yet. Second down, 26 with under 3 minutes to go in the opening period.
Yeah, you don't have a play on your playbook for 2nd and 26.
Not often. Brownrigg with a good snap this time. He'll hand it off, just a straight ahead carry, and that'll be, I don't think that's Evans. That is number 4, Dente Tyson. Tyson with a pickup of 2 yards. And he will come out right now as David Evans returns at the running back spot for Brownrigg and the West M offense. 5 wide receivers. They'll empty the backfield now on 3rd down 24. This is kind of where you probably need to have someone spying on the quarterback. Brownrigg throws deep down the middle. There's some coverage there, and the receiver nearly outran. That was actually Braxton Brownrigg, the quarterback, who was sneaked out of the slot, and they actually used their backup QB there, Noah Morrison, the sophomore, to throw the pass and try to find Brownrigg.
Yeah, that just tells you how good of a player that Brownrigg is, how versatile he is if they can put him at quarterback and wide out. And you're right, Morrison threw a pretty good ball there that was just over the head of Brownrigg, just barely out of reach.
So another punt situation here for Carter Smith and the Tornadoes with 2:07 remaining in this first quarter. Good snap to Smith, no pressure. And a wobbly end-over-end kick that's going to be fielded on the run by Metzger at the 49 of West M, and he'll plunge forward to the 44. 5-yard return, it looks like, for Metzger. Nice job there of not letting the ball hit the turf and bounce, and that was a difficult catch to make. It looked like he had some traffic in front of him.
Really was. It kind of makes you nervous as a coach that, trying to make that catch, but did a great job handling it and minimizing any type of loss in yardage for the Muskies, and then fell on it and retained possession, which is what he should do. So great play by Metzger there.
He's had a great deal of experience back there in special teams, fielding kickoffs and punts, and he's done a pretty solid job of it again here so far this year. Owen Edwards and the Muskie offense now for the first time will start in West M territory.
See if John Glenn gets something going here. They've had 2 pretty good possessions, except the turnover, and just didn't score the first possession.
Metzger on the run around the left tackle. And And he'll get knocked down around the 41. Gain of 3 for Reese Metzger. Senior running back for John Glenn. 1:40 and counting. Still scoreless in this opening period. At the end of the period, we will have our J&M Electric, Surgeon Construction scoreboard update. 2nd and 7 play. A quick screen over the middle. A little dump pass off to Metzger. Short gain, a gain of 1 up to the 40 as Edwards checked off to his safety valve receiver Metzger. It'll be 3rd down along 6. We'll see what Owen Edwards and the Muskie offense dials up here with under a minute to play in this first quarter. Probably 4 down territory once again, but you would certainly like to get a big chunk of this back if you can't get the full 6. Edwards has 4 receivers, 2 on each side of the formation. Play clock still down with some time yet, down to 6. And Edwards fakes to his right. Miscommunication with his receiver Colton Gress as he went inside. Edwards threw outside, and it's incomplete, as only defensive back Taven Bennett had a shot at that one.
Yeah, that could have been a disaster because Bennett almost got to it. And if he gets that, that's probably a pick 6.
That is pick 6 territory, but Edwards and the Muskies get away with that one. Clock stopped with 38 seconds. 4th down now, about 6.5 yards to go for John Glenn, just outside the West End 40-yard line. Empty backfield for Owen Edwards. He's got a tight end to his left side and early movement. Right side of the line for John Glenn jumped. And that's going to move it back to a 4th down 11 play now. And now the John Glenn punt team will be on for the first time. Makes that decision, that play call, a bit easier.
Really does.
Harder to swallow, but a little easier to make.
Yep, that's a no doubt play call at 4th and 11.
Jensen Perry will be back to punt it away for John Glenn, number 21, standing back at his own 44. David Evans back to receive it. 4th down 11, the line of scrimmage at the West End 46, right in the middle of the field. Good snap back, some pressure, heavy pressure put on, and Perry did a nice job to get that one away. It bounces at the 21, and it'll bounce just inside the West End J&M Electric red zone. They're going to mark it up somewhere between the 15 and the 20-yard line. 17-yard line it goes. So still a pretty good punt. 29 yards, no return for Jensen Perry. And West Ham's offense, which has not shown much life so far in the first 2 possessions, will be backed up against their own end zone.
Yeah, statistically speaking, John Glenn has several yards, both passing and running the ball. West Ham, on the other hand, has a total of 5 yards of offense. And John Glenn's putting up yardage, just no points to show for it thus far.
Brownrigg from the pistol will give it off to David Evans, trying to get outside that right side. And John Glenn's defense, Braden Knowlton, will have no part of it. Nice job by number 79, the defensive end, 200-pound junior Braden Knowlton with that stop. That should bring us to the final play of this opening quarter. No score between John Glenn and West Muskingum here from New Concord. 2nd and 9 coming up for the Tornadoes from their own 18 when we return after this on WILE and on YRP TV. Right now, our Surgeon Construction scoreboard update.
At Doan Ford, your family means the world to us. Our parts and service department work to make sure your family arrives at their destination safely. Our collision department takes pride in getting your family back on the road. Whether you're taking a trip, going grocery shopping, or taking the kids to school, choose Doan Ford. We will be happy to help you. Stop in and see us today for all of your parts and service or collision needs.
I'm not buying till I check Doan Ford.
And thanks to Joel Lasigo and Mike Mitchell on our YRP TV crew, bringing you good pictures and audio here from John Glenn High School field. Dave Davidson and Dr. Richard Hall from the press box. No score after 1 quarter. Our Sergeant Construction scoreboard update. Here are some scores to pass around. Crooksville already 2-0 to start the year. They have a 6-0 lead on the Riverview Black Bears. Ridgewood leads Lutheran East 16-0 right now in the first quarter. Barnesville up 12-0 on Bel Air. Philo with a 10-0 lead on Maysville late in the first quarter. And Tri-Valley with a 6-0 lead on Clinton Massey in the first quarter as well. And Dominic Bates with a good tackle on the West End runner. Only a gain of about 1 there, Rich. So another third and fairly long here for the Tornadoes, 6.5 yards.
Yeah, 3rd and 6. We may see Brownrigg put it in the air here. They had some success with that last week.
So Brownrigg out of the pistol. He's got David Evans behind him as the running back. 2 wideouts to the wide right side of the field. 3rd down and 6 from just inside their own 20. Brownrigg on a play fake, rolls out to his right under some heavy pressure. Dominic Bates grabs him as he throws it away out of bounds. Pennington with the only defensive back there with the best shot at making that catch. So great pressure by Bates to nearly come up with a sack, but certainly a quarterback hurry right there as Brownrigg has to throw it away and run for his life.
Sure was. He was looking for Bennett right there and just couldn't come up with it.
So 3 possessions and 3 and out so far for West Muskingum's offense. The John Glenn defense is responding well right here. They're putting their offense in good spots here right now, but still goose eggs on the scoreboard here through nearly 13 minutes of game time. Carter Smith with a very high fly to center field, and Metzger will make the grab at the 50. So a punt of 29 yards, super high in the air, beautiful kick. Metzger no choice but to fair catch that one. Again, still John Glenn's offense now with their second best field position start of their 4 possessions.
Yeah, that first quarter saw John Glenn have 60 yards of total offense compared to about 6 to West Muskingum, but still didn't come away with any points.
They will try to right that wrong right now. And the maroon and white offense will start now going toward the east end zone with Edwards in the pistol, Metzger to his left. 3 wide receivers bunched to the left side. Max Morrow is over on the right side. They'll pitch it out to Metzger to the left side. He's got some daylight. A first down and more. 30-25 down the far sideline. And a Bicon Services John Glenn first down. And a gain of 23 as they'll mark him out of bounds around the 27. Penalty flag down on that far sideline. Didn't see that. It's coming back. So nullify a 23-yard run by Metzger, and so I'm not exactly sure. The flag is down about 12 yards ahead of the line of scrimmage, Rich. Of course, it's marked off from the flag. It's not marked off from the line of scrimmage like it is in college and the pros. So, they're waving off the flag. Okay, no penalty. And instead, this will be a 21-yard run. They're going to mark him at the 29. So a Bicon Services 21-yard first down run for Reese Metzger, and that's his largest gain of the evening so far. His second big chunk play, I guess you could say, so far in the game.
Yeah, 6 carries, 51 yards with that big run right there. So that's a big play.
Edwards with a quick pitch out to Metzger. That was bottled up by the Tornado defense after a gain of about 1 to the 28-yard line. Swarmed there by a sea of white jerseys and blue helmets, led by Amari Harris. 0 on that big defensive line. Dom Stevenson as well. 2nd and 9. John Glenn with 10:30 to play. Second quarter, still looking for the game's first points. Pennington, Gress, and Perry are all bunched over on that short left side with Morrow, number 84, the wide out to the wide right side. Edwards pump fakes, scrambles. He's going to be hit and sacked. Hit hard around the 34-yard line. He's going to lose about 4 or 5 yards. Nice job by the Tornado defense. Tyson with that hit and sack of Owen Edwards. 3rd down, 14 coming up now for JG. This is their first real dangerous down and distance situation so far.
Yeah, it really is. Third and 14. Expect him to put it in the air here.
Edwards has Metzger to his right. 3 receivers trip to the right side, 1 to the left, and a delay handoff draw. Metzger trying to get outside left, and nothing doing as Tyson comes up with his second straight defensive play. And a great tackle on Reese Metzger as he'll lose 3 more yards back to the 37-yard line. So this drive going the opposite direction that the Muskies want. And I would say punt time again coming up for John Glenn.
I thought they would throw it right there, but that's why I'm sitting up here.
Well, let's see. They're showing that they're going to go for it here from the 37-yard line. 4th down and a good 17 yards to go. They'll have to get inside the West End 20. They'll snap it. 4 receivers. Edwards looking deep, looking for Pennington. He runs and can't outrun the football about 4 yards deep into the end zone as it sails incomplete. Edwards out throwing his intended target. So Pennington, the one they were looking for there. Good coverage by Taven Bennett, the senior defensive back, number 13 for the Tornadoes. West End will take over again. This time, one of maybe their best field position of the night so far at their own 37. 8:51 left to play in this first half, and so far, a stalemate.
Really has been. You know, obviously early in the year, your defense is always ahead of your offense, but that's very evident tonight for both teams.
West End's defense has stepped up to the challenge here the last couple of drives. Now we'll see if Brownrigg and the offense can get their first down of the game. David Evans off the right side of the line, piled up. Is that ball loose? Dominic Bates came up with the football, and still no signal yet. Their officials are conferring. Was the need down first is the question. Officials talking about it right now, about a yard ahead of the line of scrimmage. And it is Muskie football. So each team now with a turnover here, Rich. A fumble here by West Muskingum at a very inopportune time at their own 38-yard line.
Yeah, great field position now for the Muskies. Hopefully for them, they can go in and capitalize and put some points on the board. Great opportunity here for John Glenn.
So Evans on one of his few carries of the night coughs it up. There was a mass of humanity there, about 4 or 5 defenders around the football. Ball popped loose. Officials confer and talk about it. They say Muskie football. Metzger with nowhere to go, and that's another tackle for loss for linebacker Cooper McKenzie, the junior, number 31. Loss of a couple of yards on that play back just short of the 40. Well, right now there is not much happening outside the tackles in the John Glenn running game here in the last couple of drives.
No, West Muskingum's had great pursuit on the outside and just taking that away from the Muskies.
.805 and counting, second quarter. 0-0 between West Muskingum and John Glenn. Muskies with another opportunity here inside the 40 of West Muskingum. A couple of running backs for Edwards. A quick throw to Colton Gress out to the left flat. Stepped on the sideline after a short gain of about 3. They'll mark him out at the 37-yard line, so it'll be 3rd down and 9 as Gress went to juke and miss a defender. Caught that left foot right on the edge of the sideline, right in front of the side judge. So another 3rd and 9 play. It looks like West End is having the idea of where number 8 is on the field here the last 3 or 4 running plays here. Metzger remains in at running back a few yards behind the line of scrimmage, behind quarterback Edwards. He'll get the handoff. They block for him well this time. Starts left. Ooh, he hit a brick wall right quickly as number 1, Carter Smith, came up and nailed Metzger and stood him up right at the 33-yard line after a gain of just a couple of yards.
Yes, Smith, great hit. I thought Metzger had a big gain there, and next
Wow.
thing you know, Smith plugs that and takes that away.
That ended abruptly. Fourth and 5 rather, after a 4-yard Metzger run. So 4-down territory again here for John Glenn. So far 0 for 2 in 4th-down conversion attempts. Going to try to get one now near the 7-minute mark of the second quarter. Snap to Edwards. Scrambles, now comes back to his right, looks up the field, scrambles through the middle, and has a Bicon Services first down with some second effort by Owen Edwards. A 6-yard run up to the West M 27, and he'll move the chains for John Glenn.
Edwards made a great decision right there. He was going to throw the football, and they took it away, so he immediately just tucked it and made a great play.
Good job by that left side of the offensive line just to kind of shove the rest of that defense over to the far sideline, and Edwards with the quick feet decided to make a cutback run to the right and found daylight. Metzger now running around the left tackle. He's got some running room this time and trips himself up. Just short of the first down, it looks like. A gain of 9 inside the 20, around the 18. About a half-yard short. Metzger may have stepped on his own lead blocker's foot right there as he turned the corner. Almost got ahead of himself a little bit. Halfway through the second period, still looking for the game's first points, but John Glenn now, for the first time, will be inside the J&M Electric red zone of West Muskingum. Really, you got the whole playbook at your disposal here right now with second and less than a yard.
You really do.
Max Morrow will line up as the wide out to the far right side, a wide right side. 2 running backs, Bates and Metzger, to the quarterback's left. Metzger gets the carry, and he is hammered immediately. I think he was down. He got nailed at the line of scrimmage. He'll actually be dropped back about a yard or so. He'll lose a yard. 3rd and a long 2 upcoming for John Glenn. The ball just ahead of the 20-yard line on that left hash. Give West Muskingum's defense credit. They've stepped up here when they've needed to. As they've bent a little bit early on in the first couple of drives, but they've shored up and plugged some holes here in the last couple of drives.
They really have, and they've also taken away the pass. They've taken away Pennington on the outside. We haven't seen John Glenn be able to attack that yet.
Yeah, they haven't had much in the air game going. Gress has a few catches of short gains. Edwards with the quarterback keeper around the left side, trying to get daylight, stretches out, leaps toward the sideline, and the question is, will he have it? And this is really close. They mark it around the 18-yard line once again. It's going to be 4th down. It's going to be short by about a half yard. So they're right back where they were on 2nd and less than a yard. Right now, 4th down and less than a yard with just under 5 minutes to go in this first half. Still no score. And what will Matt Edwards draw up now on 4th and about 2 feet? First thing he's going to do is draw up a timeout. That'll be the first charge timeout of the game. We'll step away for just a 30-second break here on WILE Sports and on YRP TV. 4th down play coming up for John Glenn when we return on ABC Sports.
For 129 years, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance has proudly provided coverage for homes, farms, and families across Ohio. Our commitment to reliable, affordable insurance is something you can count on. Agents who write for us can be found at patronsbuckeye.com. Whether you're protecting your home, your land, or your legacy, we offer personalized service and true hometown care. Trust a neighbor. Trust experience. Trust Patrons Buckeye Mutual. Visit us at 16050 McConnellsville Road in Caldwell or find us on Facebook. Coverage that cares. Close to home.
Welcome back to ABC Sports on YRP TV and on WILE FM 97.7. 4th down and less than a yard now for John Glenn. With the ball resting at the 18-yard line of West Muskingum here. What are you looking for, Rich?
Big play. I think that either Edwards will keep it, which is what we have an open backfield with Edwards by himself, or a short pass to Metzger.
Empty backfield. Edwards will come under center. Oh, he dives down, but the knee touched down before he could surge forward, and West Muskingum is going to hold. Edwards ran right into his center, Owen Abels, and the offensive line really just did not get much push. Good credit to 0 Amari Harris and 52 Dom Stevenson, who stacked up the interior line. And as Edwards went to dive forward, that right knee just buckled right down to the turf, and he'll lose a half yard back to around the 19. And again, the Muskies come up empty inside the J&M Electric red zone.
Yeah, great play by West Muskingum, but just not very good execution by the Muskies there.
So Brownrigg and the Tornadoes survive another scare by the Muskie offense. They'll work out of the pistol with 2 running backs. A couple of blocking backs leading Brownrigg through the line, and he's got some daylight out to the left side, and he escapes down the sideline, 40, 50, 45-yard line of John Glenn, and roughed out of bounds by secondary man Reed Howard, number 3, and a big gainer, 38 yards for the quarterback Braxton Brownrigg. And a Bicon Services first down, the first one of the game for the Tornadoes, and it's a big one.
Yeah, big play there by Brownrigg. Maybe that's the spark that the Tornadoes need to put some points on the board. They haven't got much done offensively, so that's a big play for the Tornadoes.
So Braxton Brownrigg gets the let out for the Tornado offense. In the backfield is Tyson. Dente Tyson with a straight-ahead run. Gain up close to 4. Plunges straight forward to the 39-yard line of John Glenn. And we have a Muskie who is yet to get up. And I believe that's Carter Cochran, the nose guard for John Glenn. And while they are attending to him with 4:17 remaining in this second quarter, we'll step aside for 30 seconds. Scoreless game between West and John Glenn. Our coverage of ABC Sports High School football in week number 3 will continue after this.
Shriver's Pharmacy is a proud supporter of Ohio high school sports, wishing all area athletes, coaches, and parents a healthy and successful season. When you play, play with heart. Local and independent since 1979. Shriver's Pharmacy, because we care.
And we're back here to John Glenn High School field. Dave Davidson, Dr. Richard Hall. Still a scoreless game here. Just over 4 minutes remaining in this first half. John Glenn's had some opportunities, a couple of red zone chances. They've hurt themselves a little bit, but some credit to West M's defense too. They've kind of stacked up. They've found some gaps that they have shot and kind of shut down the Muskie running game a little bit here. And the passing game really has not, for the exception of a few quick passes out to the flat to Colton Gress, it's not been a whole lot in the air game so far for Owen Edwards and the Muskie offense.
No, like you said earlier, it's been a defensive battle. Both defenses have been a little bit, but obviously nobody's broke yet in the fact that there's no score. But West Muskingum has good field position. We'll see what happens next.
Brownrigg out of the pistol with, again, he's got Dente Tyson about 8 yards deep in the backfield. Gets the handoff. That'll be Carter Smith. Smith, number 1. And Smith has enough. Yep, he's ahead. Out of bounds at the 32-yard line on the near sideline. That'll be another Bicon Services first down, number 2 for West Muskingum.
Carter Smith is a nice running back. Good size, hard to take to the ground.
And he is going to be that deep tailback, and they'll have a big blocking back in there. Amari Harris, 0 to the left side of the quarterback, and also now McKenzie, number 31. This time John Glenn is all over that. Kean Barton shut that down right now for the Muskie D. A loss of a couple for Carter Smith as Barton darted in there unblocked, and he got some help from Connor Shoemake, the linebacker, number 12.
Great play by the Muskies defense right there to cause the loss.
It's one of those plays that looked like the defense knew what the play was, be better than the offense. And right now, a couple of new wide receiver faces out there for West Muskingum. Number 20, Ashton Ansel, and number 5, Grady Dolings to the far side of the field. 4 wideouts for Braxton Brownrigg on 2nd and 12. He's got Evans in the backfield with him, rolling out to his right, throwing, and immediately hit. Nice tackle by Colton Gress, but a catch for Dolings as he makes the grab and picks up about 5 yards to the 30-yard line. Good hit by Gress, trying to knock that ball loose as he made the catch, but good concentration by Grady Dolings with his first grab of the evening. First pass reception, I think, for West Ham tonight, too.
Really was.
Still a 3rd down and 8. Ball at the 30-yard line on the right hash. West Muskingum trying to get something on the board. Both teams scoreless here with just 2:10 remaining in the opening half. And this will be the backup QB, Noah Morrison, the sophomore, rolling out to his right, throwing. And the catch is made, and that will be, is that Dolings again? Yep, number 5. His jersey is scrunched up in front. Hard to see that number 5 number, but it's there. Another Bicon Services first down. This time Morrison with the pass reception. Pass to his wideout Grady Dolings. First down at the Muskie 21-yard line. 1:45 and counting before halftime. 2 wideouts. Doling remains in the far wideout along with Taven Bennett. And this will be Braxton Brownrigg again back at quarterback, taking the snap, runs outside left, has some daylight across the 15 and knocked down around the 12. Jensen Perry there with the stop along with Connor Shoemake, the linebacker, number 12, who gets up a little gimpy after that tackle. That'll be another Bicon Services first down, a gain of 11. And so far right now, Rich, the West Ham offense has penetrated deeper than the John Glenn offense so far this evening, which I didn't think was going to be possible after what we've seen in a quarter and a half.
We're starting to see Brownrigg really be productive on the ground.
Brownrigg trying to get outside left. Gets a minimal gain. Is going to be tackled inbounds as the clock continues to run with 51 seconds. Now they'll stop it with 50.5 seconds. First time out taken by Coach Nate Brownrigg and the West Ham offense. So the quarterback runs, picks up about 2 to the 9-yard line. So a 2nd down and an 8. West Ham can still get a first down inside the 2-yard line here on this red zone drive as the Tornadoes inside the J&M Electric red zone trying to get the game's first points. John Glenn, boy, they're going to be thoroughly disappointed with the results, with the end results of this first half so far, because they probably feel like that they had the upper hand, but now West Ham has retaliated and kind of counterpunched, and they're back in it.
Yeah, when you look at the stat sheet in terms of yardage, John Glenn has been very productive in terms of racking up yardage, but no points. And if you're West Muskingum, you've got to be thrilled because your defense has done a great job. You haven't been able to move the ball until this possession, and you're tied. So if you're West Ham, you're feeling real good about your defense. If you're John Glenn, you're feeling like, boy, we just need to put some points on the board.
So Brownrigg will remain in a quarterback from the pistol. David Evans on his left side. 2 wide receivers, 1 on each side. Brownrigg back to throw, out to the right side, overthrew his target. That was Taven Bennett, the senior, the intended target. Coverage by, looked like August Camp out there, number 23 in coverage. 3rd down and 8 now for West Muskingum from the John Glenn 9. Still dangerous right here because I think you got to expect probably Brownrigg here running. He's got Dente Tyson, the sophomore, in the backfield behind Brownrigg. Fake to Tyson, heavy pressure on Brownrigg. Nowhere to go! Dominic Bates, the outside linebacker, throws him down for a big loss. They're going to say incomplete pass first. They're looking. Boy, Matt Edwards is really not happy with the results of that play. He thought it was intentional grounding, and I don't think he's going to get the benefit of the call. So Brownrigg just does unload it, trying to throw it to a safety valve, but that was a superb play by Bates.
Very fortunate of your Brownrigg that they let that go as an incomplete pass.
Silas Kuhn now, the left-footed kicker, on to attempt a field goal of 26 yards. Morrison, that kick is wide left, no good. So again, we remain scoreless. 34 seconds remaining in this first half. Muskies dodge a bullet right there as Brownrigg in the offense for West Muskingum puts together a nice drive, and they too come away squandering some points, leaving them on the field as well.
Yeah, if you're both offensive coordinators, you're beyond frustrated with your offense. If you're the defensive coordinators, you feel like, hey, we're doing a pretty good job defensively. Yeah, we knew it'd be a battle coming in. Not quite the battle I thought we'd have with no score in the first half.
You're right. I thought we was going to see some.
But then again, we
numbers.
knew this would be a pretty close contest. At least I felt that coming in.
Muskies take over at their own 20. They'll move the ball up to the 20 on the missed field goal. Metzger straight ahead off the left side of the line. Picks up 2 or 3, a couple of yards up to the 20, just beyond the 22. Clock running with 24 seconds. Both teams with some timeouts left, and I think both teams are just going to regroup and call it a half here, it looks like. Muskie offense walking off the field, and the defense doing the same. We're going to be scoreless here at halftime. West Muskingum nothing, John Glenn nothing after one half of play. So both teams had opportunities. John Glenn a couple of drives inside the J&M Electric red zone. West M comes up empty after marching to the John Glenn 9-yard line. And some missed opportunities. West M actually goes a little bit deeper. The 26-yard field goal miss by veteran kicker Kuhn, Silas Kuhn. And nothing to show for it for either team so far on really an optimal night weather-wise here for the players in this one tonight.
Yeah, can't blame weather conditions. Just just a lack of offensive production. But give both defenses credit; they've stepped up and taken away the strengths of each offense so far. And so halftime's going to be interesting as what adjustments are made by each team.
So our halftime report, we'll come back here with Rich Hall's statistics here in just a little while later on in our halftime. Right now we're going to go to our Ohio News Network halftime show feature here on 97.7 FM. Those of you listening on the radio side, before we go away, we'll do another, finding it on my list. Here we go, Surgeon Construction scoreboard update. I was fumbling through my phone right there, too. That wasn't a very good job of time stalling right there. Some other scores here so far. Sheridan 14-0 over Licking Heights. Meadowbrook in the Battle of Guernsey County leads Cambridge 20-7. Indian Creek up 10-7 on Union Local. Barnesville rolling once again with a 26-0 lead at Bel Air. Philo in a struggle here. Maysville Panthers have been tough early on there. 2-0 start the season for head coach Craig Clark, and right now they're giving Philo a pretty good test on Maysville's home turf. 10-7 Philo right now near halftime in that game. 27-0 Crooksville as they look to remain undefeated after week number 3. And New Lexington leads Morgan 19-0. That game also near halftime. That's your Surgeon Construction scoreboard update. We'll step aside here for a few minutes. Right now, coming up on 97.7 FM, our Ohio News Network halftime feature coming up after these words here on ABC Sports.
Honestly, we've all been there. That place where it's past anxiety, past focus, where even reaching out to your closest friend feels too hard. I'm Crystal Reynolds with Cedar Ridge Behavioral Health Solutions. We understand how fast those feelings can take over, especially with the stress of work, family, and life. That's why we've opened a mental health urgent care clinic in Cambridge, Ohio, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. No appointment needed. Just walk in. Come in today. Feel better today. Call us, Cedar Ridge Behavioral Health Solutions Mental Health Urgent Care.
School's back. For some, things may feel overwhelming. All Well is here to help you find a healthy balance. Our behavioral health services can keep your mind on track, while our primary care services can keep your body healthy. Our mission is to help people feel better, think more clearly, make good decisions, and have healthy relationships. We have offices in Zanesville, Coshocton, New Lexington, McConnellsville, Caldwell, and now on Wheeling Avenue in Cambridge. Visit us at allwell.org. Be well, stay well, all well.
Doan Ford is your destination for the ultimate Ford experience. Discover the thrill of the open road in a brand new Ford vehicle. Experience cutting-edge technology and safety features designed with you in mind. Whether it's the versatile Ford Escape SUV, the powerful Ford F-150, or the stylish Ford Bronco, you'll drive away with confidence, knowing you've made the right choice. Quality, service, and trust. That's the Doan Ford experience.
From the Ohio News Network, this is the Ohio Education Association Tonight in High School Football. Named Best Sports Program in the Country by the National Association of State Radio Networks. Tonight in High School Football is presented by Beck's Hybrids and by Ohio for Responsible Gambling. Now here's your host, Skip Mossick.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Tonight in High School Football's Halftime Reports. As we like to do throughout the season, we'll speak with various reporters from different parts of the state. Tonight we'll talk a little Central Ohio high school football with longtime reporter Lee Cochran. Lee joins us next on the Ohio News Network.
Every day, farmers rise before the sun and put everything they have into a job so few can do. Their courage, resilience, and relentless work shape the legacies and future of our country. At Beck's, we're proud to stand alongside those who don't wait to see what the world will do. They act, they lead, they are the difference. Beck's honors your commitment to your land, family, and purpose. And while we can't predict what the future holds, there is one thing we can do to change it, and that's be the difference. Right now, in every decision.
I'm Ted from TK Auto Service at 2303 Glen Highway.
And I'm Julie. We've been in business for 26 years, proudly serving this community with reliable and trustworthy auto services.
Our customers are like family, and we are committed to keeping your vehicle running smoothly.
Whether it's a quick oil change or a major repair, we're here for you. We appreciate your trust and support.
Be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram to stay updated and connected.
Thanks for choosing TK Auto Services. We're here because of you.
Need help finding a job or recruiting reliable workers? Action Total Staffing is your trusted local staffing partner. We work hard to connect skilled candidates with employers across southeastern Ohio. Action Total Staffing provides industrial, administrative, temp to hire, direct hire, and seasonal staffing solutions. Since 1994, our staff has offered personalized screenings and in-person interviews to match top talent with great opportunities. Visit our Zanesville location to launch your next chapter with Action Total Staffing.
I was sitting in my car and it wouldn't start. I lifted the hood and the engine was falling apart. What would I do? My eyes filled with tears. And on the radio I heard of West 40.
From the Ohio News Network, this is the Ohio Education Association Tonight in High School Football. Named Best Sports Program in the Country by the National Association of State Radio Networks. Tonight in High School Football is presented by Beck's Hybrids and by Ohio for Responsible Gambling. Now here's your host, Skip Mossick.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Tonight in High School Football's Halftime Reports. As we like to do throughout the season, we'll speak with various reporters from different parts of the state. Tonight we'll talk a little Central Ohio high school football with longtime reporter Lee Cochran. Lee joins us next on the Ohio News Network.
Every day, farmers rise before the sun and put everything they have into a job so few can do. Their courage, resilience, and relentless work shape the legacies and future of our country. At Beck's, we're proud to stand alongside those who don't wait to see what the world will do. They act, they lead, they are the difference. Beck's honors your commitment to your land, family, and purpose. And while we can't predict what the future holds, there is one thing we can do to change it, and that's be the difference. Right now, in every decision and every season.
Friday night under the lights reminds us teamwork, dedication, and community start in our schools. I'm Ohio Education Association President Jeff Wenson, and on behalf of the OEA's 120,000 members, we are proud to sponsor tonight's game and even prouder to support our public schools. Whether it's touchdowns or textbooks, success starts with a strong foundation. From the classroom to the end zone, we believe in every student's potential because in Ohio, public education matters.
Poorly imitated, never duplicated. This is ONN's Tonight in High School Football. Once again, here's Skip Mossick.
We are presented by Beck's Hybrids at Beck's. They are and will remain farmers at heart. And welcome back, everyone. Halftime of your game as we talk a little Central Ohio high school football this evening. Lee Cochran has covered high school football in Central Ohio for decades. And Lee, 2 weeks in now, any surprises in your opinion around Central Ohio one way or another?
I don't know. I think Westland, they lost a tough game last week, but I think that they are going to be right there in the thick of things. I'm a little bit surprised ONTG Berlin comes into tonight 0-2, as does New Albany, and they're playing tonight. But I don't know that there's a whole lot of surprise. I think it's so early in the season that we don't know what surprises us yet and what doesn't. And I guess that's about the best way to put it.
Well, Lee, you mentioned the ones that are off to maybe slower starts than they had hoped. With the changes in the postseason format, reducing the field from 16 teams to 12 from each region, how much pressure is there now on schools that wasn't there before that may not be off to the start they'd like?
Well, I think there is, especially once you get out of Division I. Again, in Division I, you only have, 17, 18 teams in each region. It's once you get out of that some of these teams that were making the playoffs at 4 and 6 last year aren't going to do it. So I do think it puts schedules are already set, so it's not going to affect that this year. But I think especially in some of these other divisions, you're going to see a little bit of changes in how they're scheduling in the non-conference, because when they went to 16, especially in Division I, everyone was getting in, and it gave teams the opportunity to schedule a little bit more difficult to prepare for the postseason.
Do you like or dislike the changes, Lee, and why?
Oh, I love the changes to 12. When they went from 8 to 16, I think, 16 is too much. Even in divisions 2 through 7. 12, and you have something to play for, too, because that means the top 4 teams get a bye. And that is very important, especially when you're at week 11.
Well, Lee, we know the season will sort itself out, but I know just 2 weeks in, who's your top dog in Central Ohio in Division I at the moment?
Oh, I think Olentangy is. Olentangy is just so stout on defense. They gave up some points last week, which I wasn't a bit surprised. But, they're down the middle. With defensive lineman Daniel Stevens, linebacker C.J. Santa, who's going to Ohio State, and safety Caden Gephardt, who's going to Clemson. They are just stout up the middle. And, as we know, defense always wins championships.
Same question in Division II, Lee.
I would say DeSales is going to be right there. Locally, I think that they are probably the team to beat. Big Walnut's going to be there too. Those are going to be your 2 teams. Now you got to remember you're in that region with Massillon, so that makes it a little bit tougher, as we all know, because they've been in that same region for a while. But I think in Central Ohio, those are the 2 teams I like a lot: DeSales and Big Walnut. You got to remember Big Walnut lost to Waterson 20-0 last year. They lose again this year, but after last year they won 13 in a row and made a state semifinal.
You mentioned Waterson in Division III, Lee. Some are saying that this year's team might be even better than the one that went undefeated and won the state title a year ago.
I think that quite possibly could be true, and a big reason is Drew Belisari. He had a great year last year. He's playing dynamite, and this is a team that's won 32 out of their last 34 games coming into tonight, and they've gotten that, as you can see from the last 3 years, to where they are just reloading. They're not rebuilding at all. And, it took Coach Kennedy a little bit of time to get to this point, but he's there and really could make another run. And it's not a surprise that they're playing Toledo Central Catholic in the state title for the 3rd year in a row.
Again, Lee Cochran has covered Central Ohio high school football for many years. Lee, we always appreciate your hopping on. Thanks for your insight, okay?
You betcha. It's my favorite time of the year, Skip. You know that.
And we'll be back on the Ohio News Network.
Bex recognizes this week's Player with Heart, Reagan Schnipke from Elgin High School, for her commitment and passion on the field and within the farming community.
I love being a part of a team where we can work together in order to achieve our goals and win, obviously. I also like independent sports like cross country and track because they're individual and I like competing for myself.
Reagan brings that same winning attitude to FFA.
And I really like it and I learn a lot and it's a lot of good experience. Job interview taught me a bunch of stuff. And I'm also a student officer for FFA and it's taught me a lot with public speaking.
And maybe the greatest lessons are learned in agriculture.
Agriculture has brought many aspects to my life. It has taught me that teamwork, hard work, responsibility, time management, and determination is needed to succeed in life.
At Bex, we are and will remain farmers at heart.
This is ONN.
Our thanks again to Lee Cochran for joining us tonight. Enjoy the second half of your ball game. I'm Skip Mossick on the Ohio News Network.
This has been the Ohio Education Association Tonight in High School Football. Presented by Bex Hybrids and by Ohio for Responsible Gambling from the Ohio News Network.
I'm Ted from TK Auto Service at 2303 Glen Highway.
And I'm Julie. We've been in business for 26 years, proudly serving this community with reliable and trustworthy auto services.
Our customers are like family, and we are committed to keeping your vehicle running smoothly.
Whether it's a quick oil change or a major repair, we're here for you. We appreciate your trust and support.
Be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram to stay updated and connected.
Thanks for choosing TK Auto Services. We're here because of you.
Need help finding a job or recruiting reliable workers? Action Total Staffing is your trusted local staffing partner. We work hard to connect skilled candidates with employers across southeastern Ohio. Action Total Staffing provides industrial, administrative, temp to hire, direct hire, and seasonal staffing solutions. Since 1994, our staff has offered personalized screenings and in-person interviews to match top talent with great opportunities. Visit our Zanesville location to launch your next chapter with Action Total Staffing.
I was sitting in my car and it wouldn't start. I lifted the hood and the engine was falling apart. What would I do? My eyes filled with tears. Then on the radio I heard of West 40 by Pay here, where for a little money down and a little each week, I could have a car, nice, shiny, and sleek. So I walked in the door and I put the money down. Now I got a nice car that I can drive around. West 40 by Pay here will help rebuild your credit. The corner of Dewey and Route 40 in Cambridge, don't you forget it.
West 40 Auto Sales, corner of Route 40 and Dewey Avenue in Cambridge, is home of the guaranteed credit approval, with most loans approved while you wait. Go to their website to fill out an online loan application, west40autosales.com. You'll also find their weekly special listed there.
Members of Guernsey Muskingum Electric Cooperative love Southeast Ohio, where the hills roll, the roads are crooked, and the trees are plentiful. Keeping the lights on in our beautiful corner of the state is a challenge Guernsey Muskingum gladly accepts and works hard to accomplish. Safety and reliable electricity at a reasonable cost are always our top priorities. It's our way of keeping the lights on for all members of Guernsey Muskingum Electric Cooperative, a Touchstone Energy cooperative.
97.7 on your FM dial. We're WILE FM, Byesville, Cambridge.
Welcome back to John Glenn High School Field. Dave Davidson, Dr. Richard Hall. Scoreless between West Muskingum and John Glenn here in New Concord on week number 3. Both teams with some chances. 26-yard field goal miss by Silas Kuhn of West Muskingum right with under a minute to go in the half. And that is where we stand. Nothing standoff so far. Our statistics coming up here with Dr. Richard Hall in just a minute. I'll put him on the spot in just a moment after I read off our thanks to our WILE FM and YRP TV sponsors for this evening. All Well Behavioral Health, Action Total Staffing, Village Hardware and Rental, Doan Ford, Guernsey Muskingum Electric Cooperative, Abel's Electric Heating and Cooling, West 40 Auto Sales, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance, Cedar Ridge Behavioral Health, Bicon Services, Dutro Ford, Shriver's Pharmacy, and TK Auto Service. Our thanks to all of those folks for sponsorship of our ABC Sports broadcast tonight between John Glenn and West Muskingum. No score in the game, but there was some numbers put up by both sides here, at least by halftime.
Yeah, probably the highlight would be Reese Metzger with 13 carries with 62 yards, 22 carries overall for the Little Muskies for 88 yards on the ground. Passing was 6 of 9 for 23 yards, with Gress pulling in 4 catches for 17 yards for a total of 111 yards of offense. So it's obviously been a defensive battle on both sides of the ball. For West Muskingum, they have 10 carries for 62 yards, with Brownrigg having 4 carries for 52 of those yards. And then through the air, Braxton Brownrigg is 2 for 3 for 5 yards, where Morrison came off the bench for 1 completion for 6 yards for a total of 11 yards through the air. Probably the discussion of the first half, Dave, would be turnovers at inopportune times, and then really good defenses by both the Tornadoes and the Little Muskies, something that we thought would be a close game. Probably wouldn't have predicted a 0-0 at halftime, but it's going to be interesting on who makes the adjustments in the second half. So obviously West Muskingum is going to come out and have the football to start the third quarter, I believe, if I remember correctly. So I think this first possession in the third quarter is going to be key for West Muskingum.
Well, John Glenn was driving. Owen Edwards passed to Cash Paisley. A good pass reception. Was going to go for a big first down play, about 20 yards or so. Paisley was hit hard, fumbled the football. That was a key play in the first half so far that West M's defense was able to force a turnover. And then West Muskingum gave up the football. David Evans fumble around the 35-yard line in the first half, too. Both teams have had some chances laid out there for them. Still nothing happening just yet. Brownrigg and Edwards both have made some pretty stellar plays, individual efforts, and on both sides. They're going to need some help from some other skilled players to kind of pick up the slack a little bit.
Yeah, this is one of these games that really make you nervous when you're not playing well offensively, because if somebody can punch it in the end zone or score any type of points, you just never know. And in a game like this, it could be enough unless someone catches fire the second half. I mean, they're late in the second quarter with about 34 seconds to go. A 26-yard field goal missed by West Muskingum keeps this game at 0-0 here at the half.
That's our score here at halftime. We'll take one more break here on WILE Sports and on YRP TV. Come back, second half kickoff between the Tornadoes and the Muskies here from New Concord. Perfect night for week number 3 football. Back in a moment on ABC Sports.
At Village Hardware and Rental in Barnesville, we've got everything you need for homeowner, contractor, and commercial jobs. From trusted Milwaukee tools and everyday hardware to pro-grade Valspar paint, trusted color you can count on. Plus, we offer paint mixing, key cutting, special orders, and commercial services too. And now, introducing our officially open firearms and ammo department. Fully stocked, trusted, and convenient. Whether you're working, improving, or protecting, Village Hardware and Rental is your one-stop shop. Drop by at 265 South Chestnut Street, Barnesville. Village Hardware and Rental. We make it easy to build the world around you.
Looking for an incredible deal on a new Ford, Lincoln, or Nissan? Come check out our vastly growing inventory selection and ask us about all the low APR options that are going on right now at Dutro Ford, Lincoln, Nissan.
If a new vehicle isn't in the budget, let us show you a pre-owned alternative that is sure to fit all your needs without breaking the bank. We know with the running from work to practice or games doesn't leave much time for car shopping, so view our full inventory online 24/7 at DutrosAuto.com.
Best of luck to all the coaches and players this year. Have a safe and successful season from all of us at Dutro Ford Lincoln Nissan.
At Abel's, we're proud that so many people trust our family with their family's home comfort. I'm Russ Abels. For new heating and cooling, you can trust us to save you money with our high-efficiency systems. We're trusted for electrical work, lighting, outlets, generators, complete home electrical service upgrades. We do it all. And you can trust us in an emergency. Whether it's heating, cooling, or electrical repairs, we promise to do the job right. It's what we do for family, and it's what everyone deserves. Trust Abels.
It's that time of year again. Football season is upon us. Hey, Mark Kelly here with Bicon Services, wishing all our local teams a great and successful year. As your premier commercial building contractor, Bicon Services is ready to tackle everything from small facility renovations to large industrial expansions. We're here to handle all your commercial and industrial needs under one roof. So while you're out there scoring the winning touchdown, let us work on making your next commercial project a success. Bicon Services, building the future one project at a time.
97.7 on your FM dial. We're WILE FM, Byesville, Cambridge.
Back to John Glenn High School field. Dave Davidson, Richard Hall. And a scoreless first half so far. West Muskingum's offense going to get on the field first in the second half to try to take the game's first lead. And I want to take a few moments here. We'll do a scoreboard update again here in just a moment or so. I want to say hello to some folks listening tonight. One of my all-time favorite teachers, Bernice Litt, listening tonight too. I want to say hello to Bernice Litt, one of our icons of the New Concord area. We appreciate it. Say and hello also to her daughter Susie and husband Kenny. And they're listening tonight on 97.7. Also to, again, one of my favorite teachers all time, Brian DeVore and their family. Hello to all of them. Danny Engel and Robin Densmore listening tonight as usual. Thanks, guys, out in Claysville. I know what Danny's back in the recliner and watching on YRP TV and enjoying a beverage right now, I know. And also to Janice Abels, who is watching her grandson, I believe, Owen Abels, the center for John Glenn, number 55. So hello to Janice and Jerry Ann and Rusty and all the Abels clan tonight as well, listening here on 97.7 and watching on YRP TV. You got any fans of your own when you get on these broadcasts here?
I really don't. Possibly my son Grant in Cleveland might be listening, but he may not be though.
Okay, but when you leave here, do you get home and does your wife does she give you some pointers or critiques or something?
At times.
You can always count on that.
I can tell as soon as I walk in the door whether she's had it on or not.
John Glenn going to kick off to start this second half. Kickoff brought to you by Valentine Insurance on Southgate Parkway in Cambridge. And the kicking duties, Max Morrow to boot it from the 40-yard line. And this one is a line driver, and it's going to be fielded by Amari Harris around the 18, and he'll plunge his way up to the 31-yard line, a return of 13 as the blocking back / defensive lineman / tight end comes up with the kickoff return. They'll mark him just short of the 32. And once again, the offense, Elliott Foster, Dom Stevenson, Preston Farrell, Eli Walton, and Carson Lewis up front, the front five blockers for Braxton Brownrigg, senior quarterback. You'll have David Evans on his right side. Quick throw to the flat, a little flanker screen out to, that's Carter Smith. Escapes a tackle. Did he stay in bounds? No, he could not stay in, but he does have himself a Bicon Services first down, and that was a big sigh of relief for Matt Edwards and that John Glenn sideline as he picks up 14 yards on that quick screen out to the right side. Good sign of life for West M's offense to start. It took him 4 possessions to get their first down in the first half. And they get their first down in the second half just 16 seconds in. A couple of receivers bunched to the right side. Look out, that snap is way over the head of Brownrigg for the second time, and he has to run back in a dead sprint and dive on it at the 23-yard line. That's going to be a loss of 22 yards. All the way back to the 24-yard line, they're going to mark it. It'll be second down and 32.
We just make a great play
Second down and 31
and then lose 22 yards.
Well, that's the second high snap. Brownrigg not the tallest of quarterbacks, but also not the shortest either. And he had no chance to get that one. A little quick pitch on the end around. This will go to Brownrigg trying to get outside. The sophomore QB, Noah Morrison, took the snap and flipped it on a little end around pitch. And a short gain for only a 1-yard pickup for Braxton Brownrigg. So Brownrigg coming into the game here, Rich, 166 yards rushing, over 9 yards a carry so far, and he's been, for the most part, except for one run, has been held in check here today.
He really has. You know, five carries, 53 yards thus far.
Still averaging around his average. Actually, he's improved it just a little bit. Empty backfield now, 5 wideouts for Brownrigg. Looking over the middle, and Ryder Pennington read it, picks it off at the 40. He's got a blocker. He could go all the way. He's gone. Touchdown, John Glenn Muskies. And a 41-yard interception return for Ryder Pennington. Down the right sideline, and he followed fellow defensive back Jensen Perry right down the right sideline to the house. And the Muskies draw first blood finally with 10-12 remaining in this third quarter.
Great play by Pennington. He read that all the way, made a great play, and then an outstanding block for the touchdown. Big play for the Muskies.
Owen Edwards will come in, and he'll be the holder. And the kick off the right foot of kicker Caden West is up and good. 7-0. John Glenn draws first blood here to start, capitalizing on West Muskingum's second turnover of the game. And we'll step aside for 30 seconds here on WILE FM and on Wire PTV as our AVC sports coverage continues after this.
At Doan Ford, your family means the world to us. Our parts and service department work to make sure your family arrives at their destination safely. Our collision department takes pride in getting your family back on the road. Whether you're taking a trip, going grocery shopping, or taking the kids to school, choose Doan Ford. We will be happy to help you. Stop in and see us today for all of your parts and service or collision needs.
Thanks again to Joel Lasigo and Mike Mitchell on our YRP TV crew tonight. Nice job, guys. And Rich Hall and Dave Davidson here in the booth. 7-0 John Glenn on top after the 41-yard Ryder Pennington interception return.
Big play by Ryder Pennington there. Again, you know, that senior leadership matters, and just made a great play on the football and then took it to the house.
Kickoff coming, brought to you by Valentine Insurance on Southgate Parkway in Cambridge. A little squib kicker, bouncing right down the middle of the field, and diving on it is number 2, Taven Haynes, covering it up at the 23-yard line, just as he had some company coming in the way of Connor Shoemake for John Glenn, as well as Brody Johnson. Well, new life here for the West M offense. Down 7-0 now, as John Glenn's defense is the first to capitalize in this game. 2 wide receivers to the far wide right side of the field. Brownrigg will be in the pistol once again, and Evans on his left side as a running back. And that ball gets past Brownrigg, and he has to dive on it again around the 4-yard line. That one was a line drive shot, and the center, Elliott Foster, banging himself on the helmet, really upset with himself right there. That is the third botch snap that West Ham has had tonight, and they have all 3 been drive killers.
They really have. I mean, there's been massive yardage loss on all 3 bad snaps. It's not like you just, a bad snap hits the ground, you fall on it. This thing's flying, 10 or 15 yards at a time or more.
Well, which is one of the downsides of being in that pistol or shotgun formation, but a loss of 18 on the play, second down, and a good half a parking lot. And that snap just off to the left side of the quarterback, Brownrigg, and he punches ahead for a gain of 5 up to the 10-yard line. Just running a dive through the center of the line, just trying to get out of the shadow of their own goal line with approaching 9 minutes remaining third quarter. John Glenn 7, West Muskingum nothing. Third down and very long here for Brown Rig and the Tornadoes. 2 wideouts to the right side, Bennett and Smith. Snap to Brown Rig, rolls to his right, throws on the run. That's caught. Carter Smith tries to get away, but can't get away from Colton Gress with a good tackle at the ankles for the John Glenn defensive back. And that'll be a gain of 7 up to the 17-yard line, but an obvious punt situation here on 4th and 16.
Calls on 17, 4th and 16. Carter Smith back to punt for the Tornadoes.
So it's been a combination here, Rich, of some good defensive plays from time to time, but offenses not doing themselves any favor. This is a very high punt once again. Metzger diving forward to get it. And as he went down to the turf, had a little bit of contact. John Glenn fans wanting some interference here, but not going to happen.
Metzger had to move up to make the catch, so he initiated that contact, so that's a good no call.
Well, and I think his knees were already down on the turf. You know, the play was dead. I think the play was already over, I think is what the argument was going to be before the contact actually occurred. So, but nonetheless, a great job. That's twice now we've seen Metzger a super job of fielding tough punt plays that were very high in the air. He's done a very good job at that. That's a 22-yard punt, no return. Metzger will get the handoff, gets spun around backwards and goes through the turnstile and still manages to pick up 3. And that is Carter Smith, one of the guys in there to make a stop. 2nd and 7. Clock running at 7:40, third quarter, and a touchdown lead for the home team, JG. Edwards at the pistol with Metzger on his left side. 3 receivers bunched to the tight left side. Blitz coming from the left, and a quick throw out. That's Jensen Perry with the catch, and he'll pick up 5, just short of the 40. That'll be about a yard or so short of the first down. We'll mark him back at the 41. 3rd down 2 from the 41-yard line. Ball over on the left hash. These 3rd and shorts have not been automatic here for John Glenn's offense either tonight. West Ham has come up a couple of times and they have had some tackles for loss on 3rd and short. Let's see what they do here. Edwards out of the pistol. Metzger moves. Low snap. Edwards gets it. Escapes one tackle at the ankles. Flag comes in behind the play. It's a first down to the far sideline, but probably coming back. I think either the center or left guard, somebody was having to reach out and touch someone to keep Edwards from getting decapitated there. Yep, chop block. That's going to be a 15-yarder, I think, too. Ooh, that's a big one for John Glenn. That'll mark it all the way back to the 44 of the Muskies. Now 3rd down. What was 3rd and about a yard and a half is now 3rd and 17.
Yeah, that really hurts.
Well, with a 7-0 lead here and still a lot of time left, how gung-ho does Coach Matt Edwards go here on this play?
I don't think you're throwing it across the middle of the field. May throw something to the down and out, but probably not across the middle.
Maybe rolling out Edwards. Fake handoff to Metzger, nothing there, and he'll tuck it and run it, just trying to get something out of nothing. Gets back to the original line of scrimmage where they started this drive around the 49. He got popped pretty good right there above the shoulders. And no flags. It'll be 4th down 10. The ball again right back where we started this drive at the West End 49-yard line. Just over halfway gone in this 3rd quarter. Muskies with a 7-0 lead. Punt team coming out for John Glenn. So that means Jensen Perry, number 21, coming out to punt it away for JG. He'll be standing back at his own 40. David Evans set to receive it for West Ham. And Perry wants to reach up and kind of dry off his hands from we got to delay a game penalty here against John Glenn. Well, they took a little bit of time. They had about 21 seconds on the play clock when the punt team was coming out onto the field, and
I think they just lost track of time there.
Yeah.
And
just got a little nonchalant with it. 5 yards again back. This time Perry under pressure again gets hit as he punts it away. That's going to be a flag down. It's going to be probably a running into the kicker penalty. And the catch is made back around the 20-yard line before the West Ham man David Evans is thrown down. I'm guessing they're going to decline this penalty because I think it's only going to be a 5-yard penalty.
Yes, I would think so.
Yeah, it's running into the kicker. They're saying it's 5 yards. I would say they're going to waive off this penalty. I think they would like the field position where it's at without giving West Ham another chance to return it.
Yeah, if you're John Glenn, why risk kicking it again?
Yep, that's what's going to happen. So Evans tackled at the 23-yard line. No return for the Tornado back. 5 minutes remaining in this third quarter. John Glenn 7, West Muskingum nothing. It's going to be a first down for Braxton Brownrigg and the Tornado offense. As we reset some things here, officials get back into their respective positions. Thanks again to our sponsors here tonight. Lock 9 Pizza will have our John Glenn Muskie player of the game and our Guernsey Muskingum Electric Cooperative power lineman of the game coming up in our post-game report tonight. Brownrigg with a couple of running backs to his left side, follows them through the left side of the hole, and Jensen Perry greets him right there about a yard behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of a yard. Nice job by Perry, just coming up just in the supporting linebacker, just had run containment on that side and bottled it up.
Yeah, he's really had a nice game.
He really has. He's the one that led the caravan for Ryder Pennington's 41-yard interception return. The game's only score so far with 4.5 minutes left in the third.
Yeah, great block, good tackle there, and he had a catch for 5 yards.
Brownrigg from the pistol. And that ball gets by him too, and he's going to have to come back and fall on it. That is the fourth botched snap tonight by West Muskingum. And the ball was down by Brownrigg at the 9-yard line. That's going to be another loss, 13-yard loss. Wow. I mean, they have lost close to 50 yards on fumbled snaps here tonight.
69 if you want to be exact.
Oh, my goodness. Whew. And those are rushing yards that's being detracted from those final stats, too. Ooh. Third down and a long, long way from the 9. Brownrigg pump fakes. Max Morrow has him under pressure, gets it away. Ball flutters, and it's incomplete over the middle of the field. And the man in coverage for John Glenn was Reed Howard. Nice coverage by the sophomore. And another punt situation here coming, but again, it's because the West Ham offense has just literally killed themselves here.
Yeah, like you mentioned, 4 bad snaps, losses of 22, 18, 16, and 13 for a total of 69 yards. So
and that was their smallest yardage that they had lost on those.
Exactly.
Oof.
So you just really have a hard time moving the ball offensively when you make those kind of mistakes.
Yes, sir. Clock stops at 3:31, third quarter. John Glenn up a touchdown, 7-0. And we'll get the ball back almost certainly in West Muskingum territory. Good snap back to Carter Smith, and he punts this one away, trying to get it away from Metzger a little bit. Fielded at the 41. Metzger gets a block. Cut back move at the 35, 30. Flag is down. And there goes Metzger all the way inside the 10, near the 5 to the far sideline. There's a penalty flag back at this far end of the field. And I'm thinking it's going to be against West Muskingum.
I think it might have, yeah, maybe a hold on West.
Or maybe some sort of personal foul, perhaps. Back here at the 31-yard line, they're conferring. Metzger with a 36-yard return inside the J&M Electric red zone of West Muskingum to the 5-yard line if it stands. Personal foul, yep, against West Muskingum. And I think it was against Amari Harris, 0. And I'm not exactly sure he was over here. It was a one-on-one battle right here, and it was completely away from the play.
Yeah, that's the disappointing thing. It had no impact on the play whatsoever.
Yeah, silly penalty by that young man. And the Muskies now with a 1st and goal with 3:15 to play in this third quarter. They'll take it just inside the 3-yard line. Metzger with a beautiful return. It kind of overshadowed the effectiveness of his return. That was a great job by Metzger. Really the first punt tonight he's had that he could field with some green in front of him. Metzger gets the handoff, is cut down near the line of scrimmage, trying to get between center and left guard. Nice job, defensive lineman Dom Stevenson with the stop.
2nd and 2 for the Muskies. 52 on a tackle for the Tornadoes. Dominic Stevenson.
2nd and goal now for John Glenn. Edwards in the pistol. He's got 2 running backs. Dominic Bates to the left, Metzger to the right. 3 receivers. Handoff, Metzger bounces off a tackler in the middle, dives forward, and he's in. Touchdown, Muskies. A Kemp Insurance Agency touchdown brought to you by Kemp Insurance. Reese Metzger from 3 yards out gives the John Glenn Little Muskies a 13-0 home squad lead.
Owen Edwards to hold.
Owen Edwards the holder now for John Glenn. Number 1 with number 15, Caden West. Booting it with the right foot, the sophomore for John Glenn. High snap to Edwards. Nice job getting that one down. Caught it, stood up to catch it, and then got right back down to hold the ball. And West punches it through for a 14-0 lead, 2:39 to play in this third quarter. We'll step aside for 30 seconds, and our coverage of high school football in week number 3 with West M and John Glenn will return on ABC Sports in just a moment.
For 129 years, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance has proudly provided coverage for homes, farms, and families across Ohio. Our commitment to reliable, affordable insurance is something you can count on. Agents who write for us can be found at patronsbuckeye.com. Whether you're protecting your home, your land, or your legacy, we offer personalized service and true hometown care. Trust a neighbor. Trust experience. Trust Patrons Buckeye Mutual. Visit us at 16050 McConnellsville Road in Caldwell or find us on Facebook. Coverage that cares. Close to home.
Shriver's Pharmacy is a proud supporter of Ohio high school sports, wishing all area athletes, coaches, and parents a healthy and successful season. When you play, play with heart. Local and independent since 1979. Shriver's Pharmacy, because we care.
And this Valentine Insurance squib kickoff by Max Morrow, fielded by West Muskingum around the 36-yard line. Plunging forward with it is Dente Tyson. And he will get up to the 43-yard line. And obviously, John Glenn special teams a little bit leery of the return efforts of West Muskingum here. They'd given up the squib kick, giving up some yardage without the risk of a big play.
Right, they know they can contain it. They might give up a few more yards, but the risk of a touchdown off a squib kick is much less than something through the air.
So Braxton Brownrigg now will try to lead the West Ham offense to its first score of the game. They trail it now by 2 touchdowns. They're going to go with 4 wide receivers. Play clock down to 2. And they are not going to get it. And we have a delay of game penalty against West Ham. And boy, that is a bad way to start a drive.
Sure is. And if you're Coach Brownrigg, you're really disappointed in some of the mistakes you've made tonight, because they're well coached typically, and that's just not characteristic of West Muskingum football.
Yeah, I guess it looked like from here, Rich, like they was unsure of what personnel was supposed to be on the field. They're going 4 wide receivers, and Brownrigg with the snap, trying to outrun Jensen Perry. Ryder Pennington comes up and lassos him down at the 36-yard line. That'll be a loss of a yard. Ryder Pennington, boy, did he come flying up out of there as Perry, nice job, number 21, really chased him right into Pennington's arms. Well, this Muskie defense now, they're just kind of feeling free and flying all over the field here right now. They're feeling pretty confident. Under 2 minutes to go, third quarter, a 2nd and 16 after a penalty and a loss. Brownrigg scrambles to his right, some pressure now, throws to the flat, and is going to be undercut right there. The pass caught, and a nice open field tackle by Colton Gress. And Cooper McKenzie's the one, he made the catch for West Muskingum. That'll get him a gain of 8, we'll call it. Nice tackle by Gress. Still down a 3rd down and 8 to go with the ball short of the 45-yard line of West Muskingum. Four wide receivers set again for Braxton Brownrigg. 4-man rush. Heavy pressure again for Brownrigg. He flips the pitch behind him to David Evans. He corrals it, scrambles ahead, and turns a huge loss into only a 5-yard loss. So Evans with that run will be -5. But boy, was that a dangerous ad-lib play by,
it sure was.
By 15 Braxton Brownrigg. That was something you see like out of a Johnny Manziel type of play here. Woof. That was scary, I'm sure, for Coach Nate, his father. Running under 40 seconds now in this third quarter, running down the quarter. 4th down and 12. Punt team coming out for West Ham. Carter Smith to punt it away, and he's hit some high ones here. Metzger with a nice 35-yard return to set up the Muskies' 2nd touchdown of the night. This will be a short wobbler over toward the right side. Shanked that one a little bit, trying to keep it away from Metzger. I'm sure that was by design, but it bounces just inside the 40-yard line of John Glenn, probably at around the 39, I would say. Yeah, they'll mark it at the 40. So a short punt, only about 19, 20 yards for Carter Smith. 16 seconds remaining here before the end of the third quarter. John Glenn looks right now to have the upper hand and is really kind of taking control here in the second half. It's done it with the defense.
They really have, and I think that, as this game unfolds, probably see a lot of the ground game for the Little Muskies, because Metzger has done a nice job tonight. 69 yards on the ground so far.
Jensen Perry's in the backfield as a blocking back, leading the way for Metzger off the right side. Cutback move to the middle. He's got nice yardage, and with second effort, gets himself a Bicon Services first down to the West Muskingum 49-yard line, a gain of 11. And that will take us to the end of the third quarter with the score, John Glenn 14 and West Muskingum nothing. We'll take a break here on WILE FM and on YRP TV, our fourth quarter of...
Honestly, we've all been there. That place where it's past anxiety, past focus, where even reaching out to your closest friend feels too hard. I'm Crystal Reynolds with Cedar Ridge Behavioral Health Solutions. We understand how fast those feelings can take over, especially with the stress of work, family, and life. That's why we've opened a mental health urgent care clinic in Cambridge, Ohio, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. No appointment needed. Just walk in. Come in today. Feel better today. Call us, Cedar Ridge Behavioral Health Solutions, Mental Health Urgent Care.
School's back. For some, things may feel overwhelming. Allwell is here to help you find a healthy balance. Our behavioral health services can keep your mind on track, while our primary care services can keep your body healthy. Our mission is to help people feel better, think more clearly, make good decisions, and have healthy relationships. We have offices in Zanesville, Coshocton, New Lexington, McConnellsville, Caldwell, and now on Wheeling Avenue in Cambridge. Visit us at allwell.org. Be well, stay well, all well.
The third. 2:39 left.
All right, thank you, Rich Hall. Dave Davidson back in the booth. Thanks to Mike Mitchell and Joel Asigo, our tech crew for YRP TV tonight. Fourth quarter of action starting up. We'll get another Surgeon Construction scoreboard update here in just a moment. First down and 10 after a Bicon Services first down for Metzger and the Muskie offense. Breaks a tackle at the line of scrimmage. Another Bicon Services first down for Metzger as he plows his way outside right for a gain of 14. And there is a West M Tornado that is writhing in pain near the line of scrimmage as Pennington come over to check him out for just a moment too. It's one of the D linemen. I think it is Caden Love, perhaps it looks like. He is down on the field at the moment. That's another first down and 10 for John Glenn from the West M 35-yard line. 14-0 lead for the Muskies. And we'll do right now a Surgeon Construction scoreboard update. Let's see what we've got cooking so far across the rest of high school football. We'll have our Lock 9 Pizza player of the game for John Glenn coming up in our post-game report, which my faithful trusty colleague Richard Hall will select in just a little while. And then we'll have our Guernsey Muskingum Electric Cooperative power lineman of the game. Sheridan 14-7 over Licking Heights in the third quarter. Crooksville, no problem. 48-0 at the half over Riverview, and they're going to go to 3-0 before the night is over. New Lexington leads Morgan, previously unbeaten Morgan. Right now, New Lexington, that's a battle of 2-0 teams right there. 33-0 New Lexington at Morgan at their sophomore season new stadium field there in Morgan County. Fair week going on down there too this weekend too, so maybe they're having a little maybe a little Morgan County Fair hangover perhaps or something there. We'll blame it on that for the Raiders. Philo leads Maysville 18-7 late third quarter. Meadowbrook at halftime 26-7 over Cambridge. And what do we got here? West Holmes 21, Dover 7. That's also late in the third quarter. And Buckeye Trail at halftime, looks like they may be on to getting their first victory of the year. They have a 14-0 lead on Shady Side at the half as of last report. First down and 10 play here is on the end around. That's Jensen Perry, number 21, around the right end. Picks up 5. He's going to stay inbounds. Looks like tackled just inbounds as his knee went down around the 30. Pick up of 5. That's one of the few carries tonight for Perry. Just his second tote of the night. And they kind of need to give Reese Metzger a little bit of a breather here and there. Someone else has got to handle the payload once in a while.
Yeah, he's on 17 carries for 94 yards, so he's done his job.
Well, he's certainly, he's probably not aware that he has 94 yards right now, but certainly if he knew it, he wants triple digits. And he's close to getting it right here as he moves that pile of blue and white near a first down, and they will say, yes, Bicon Services first down, gain of 5 at the 25. Maybe right now, I'm sorry, go ahead, Rich.
That puts him at 99 yards, so yeah. You were right, he just about got it.
Pretty close. Right now, it looks like, the West End defense right now, they've been on the field a good bit here in this second half. They're looking like they're starting to get gassed. And some credit to that fairly new offensive line lineup. 3 sophomores up there in that lineup for Coach Matt Edwards. And they've done a pretty solid job here tonight for the most part. That's Edwards on a quarterback keeper around the right side. He'll pick up close to 6. Let's see. Nope, they'll mark him at the 20. 5 more yards. Clock continues to run. That's John Glenn's best friend right now with nearly 9.5 minutes remaining in a 2-touchdown game.
Yes, it is. And you talked about the youth on the offensive line, but they've got some, good senior leadership returning. 61, Jimmy Boyd's done a nice job for them tonight on the left, from the left guard spot. Metzger's got to the left side a few times and picked up some positive yards. So congratulations to that offensive line. They're doing their job.
Pennington will come out as a lone wide out to the wide left side of the formation. Perry is out to the right with Max Morrow. Dominic Bates, a blocking back, leading the way for Metzger as he is hog-collared near the line of scrimmage. He's actually not going to quite get back to the line. So make it 98 yards for Reese Metzger so far. Third down and a short 6 coming up.
And if you're John Glenn, this is probably a 2-play decision here on what you run. If you don't get it, you're probably going to go for it on 4th down.
I'd say so.
Up 14 with this field position.
I like what they were doing earlier in the first half. They were rolling Edwards out, kind of getting him out in space for some of these throws here. Let's see what they do here on 3rd and 6. 2 running backs again with Bates and Metzger. And the handoff to Metzger around the left tackle. He has a gap and cuts it in the middle of the field. He's got a Bicon Services 1st down and goal. Just inside the 10 for Metzger. And a gain of 11. And that's the century mark unofficially for Metzger. Around 109.
Unofficially 109 yards.
Now, even though they have a 14-0 lead here for John Glenn, this has been a sort of a problem area for them here.
Right. They want to
first 3
execute.
weeks.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. They want to execute here and get a touchdown the old-fashioned way.
Well, and even thinking back to week 1, I mean, against May, they had some missed opportunities there for sure. It's been kind of a recurring theme. They want to ride it here. Handoff Metzger straight ahead, plows his way toward the 5. And they'll mark his knee down at the 6, a gain of 3. And another tornado might be shaken up. Farrell on the stop for West Muskingum. I think that was Carter Smith. No, that's number 4. That's Dente Tyson that is going to limp off the field. He got probably rolled up on, I'm guessing. Really favoring that right side as he comes off to the sideline. 2nd and goal now for John Glenn from the 6. Clock running at nearly 7.5 minutes remaining. 14-0 lead for the Muskies. Both teams coming in with 500 records. Muskies looking to take it to 2-1 before facing the vaunted Sheridan Generals. Still plenty of time on that play clock, around 15 seconds now. We'll run this down to close to the 7-minute mark as they don't get in any kind of a big hurry. As a matter of fact, looks like they're just going to go ahead and just burn one of their 3 timeouts here and take a breather. And that's exactly what they'll do with an even 7 minutes remaining. 14-0 John Glenn. And we'll keep it here for this John Glenn timeout. Our thanks again to our ABC Sports sponsors for this evening's broadcast and web stream, live stream simulcast. They are Action Total Staffing, Village Hardware and Rental, Doane Ford, Allwell Behavioral Health, Guernsey Muskingum Electric Cooperative, West 40 by Pay here, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance, Abel's Electric Heating and Cooling, and as I flip the page, Cedar Ridge Behavioral Health Solutions, Dutro Ford, TK Auto Service, Bicon Services, and Shriver's Pharmacy. Thanks to all those folks for our sponsorship of ABC Sports here this high school football season.
If you're John Glenn, you're probably going to be really methodical now. Keep the ball on the ground, try to score here, and put this game away.
I think it's just about all over but the crying here for West M. Edwards will roll out. He'll keep it himself, tucks it inside the 5, and dives toward the far sideline, and it'll be cut down around the 3 or the 2. So a gain of, we'll call it 3 more. Yep, just outside the 4-yard line, or outside the 3-yard line, rather. Clock is the friend of John Glenn right now. They still have close to 15 seconds on that play clock, but they'll come to the line with Dominic Bates up in that wing block back set, and he will try to lead the way for Reese Metzger, who plows his way forward and scores from 3 yards out. Reese Metzger with his second TD run of the night off the left side of the line, following senior Jimmy Boyd.
Yeah, good block there by Boyd, and of course Metzger, 115 yards so far, having a great game on the ground.
Owen Edwards, the holder for John Glenn, as number 15, Caden West, the sophomore kicker, will try to punch his third point after attempt tonight. And it is perfect again. 21-0, John Glenn over West Muskingum. 6:11 to play in this fourth quarter. And we'll step aside for 30 seconds on WILE FM 97.7 and on YRP TV.
Doan Ford is your destination for the ultimate Ford experience. Discover the thrill of the open road in a brand new Ford vehicle. Experience cutting-edge technology and safety features designed with you in mind. Whether it's the versatile Ford Escape SUV, the powerful Ford F-150, or the stylish Ford Bronco, you'll drive away with confidence, knowing you've made the right choice. Quality, service, and trust. That's the Doan Ford experience.
Thanks again, our YRP TV crew, our director Joel Lasigo, and mighty cameraman Mighty Mike Mitchell, running our cameras and audio on the field here this evening. Nice job, guys. And thanks to all of you folks listening on 97.7 and on YRP TV. Forgot to say hello to Mom, too. I don't know, maybe Mom's still listening. Hi, Mom. Pretty sure she was going to listen tonight. But I don't know. Her Reds might supersede this game maybe now at this point with a 21-0 lead for John Glenn. We'll see. If anybody's listening out there and knows my mom, tell my mom I said hi. I forgot to. Halftime. Valentine Insurance kickoff here by Max Morrow from the 40. And another squibber bounces over the first line of blockers and still hopping around. Finally scooped up around the 29. And moving that rugby pile to the 35-yard line, a 6-yard return. And that is Carter Smith, I believe, number 1. I'll tell you what, that John Glenn student section over there, they have spent a lot of calories tonight.
They're trying to entertain themselves and the rest of the crowd.
I'm telling you what, I mean, you could probably hear them clear down on Main Street in New Concord. I think they've been loud tonight. And another, whoa, fumbled snap by Brownrigg, and this time he's not going to come up with it. John Glenn Muskies recover. And I think that's the linebacker Connor Shoemake up with that recovery, I believe, for John Glenn. And that will be Muskie football at the 22-yard line of West Muskingum. Boy, that ball had bounced away from Brownway. Most of these snaps, these botched snaps that they're having, 2 over his head, and 3 of those have gone like clear off to over his left hip. I mean, way out of reach. That is certainly something, there will be some serious reps in that pistol formation for Coach Nate Brownrigg's offensive crew this week coming up. And the run by Metzger again, right?
Yes.
Couple yards. Gain of close to 2, up to the 20.
74 yards and lost yardage on bad snaps and 3 turnovers for the Tornadoes.
Oof. brutal. 2nd down and 8, and right now the clock probably the friend of John Glenn and West Muskingum at this point. I would imagine West M's just about all but thrown in the towel here at this point mentally. 3 receivers to the left side for Owen Edwards. He'll hand it off again to Metzger. The plow horse goes straight ahead and gets close to 5, just short of the 15-yard line, and he'll be about 2.5 yards short of the first down. Clock under 5 minutes remaining, 4th quarter, 21-0 John Glenn over West Muskingum.
Reese Metzger unofficially with 25 carries, 123 yards.
You know, I'm kind of thinking there, partner, that you're not going to have to strain your brain too hard for our Lock 9 Pizza player of the game for John Glenn, nor our Guernsey Muskingum Electric Cooperative Power lineman of the game. That's just a hunch. Metzger in the backfield behind Edwards in the pistol, gets the handoff again, plows straight ahead, good blocking up front by JG, and that's another Bicon Services 1st down and goal for John Glenn at the 9. And tack on about 6 more here for Metzger, which will take him up near 130.
129, unofficially.
Solid night. You know, I'm a little surprised. I mean, even that Metzger's still in there at this point in the game. The game's pretty much decided, but, well, I mean, Metzger still looks as hungry now, if not hungrier than he was when he started the game. And he will get the handoff straight ahead again, and is going to be cut down around the 5. Slung down after a gain of 4. Again, following senior lineman Jimmy Boyd through the line, number 61. Most of that running success tonight's been off that left side.
It really has.
Seems, or at least it seems that way on the eye test. John Glenn student section is entertaining tonight. Metzger straight ahead carry, spins his way off of one man, trying to back his way into a gain, but he's going to be stopped at the line. No gain for Metzger there with the clock running under 3 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. A 3-touchdown lead for John Glenn and looking for their 4th score. Let's see, next week, a couple of road games the next 2 weeks for John Glenn. They'll travel to Coshocton next Friday night. West Muskingum in week number 4. They're going to battle what's going to be a 3-0 New Lexington team on the road next week, and it's not going to get any easier for them. Edwards with a handoff straight ahead for Metzger, dives near the 2. He'll be stopped at the 1. It'll be 4th and goal from the 1 after a gain of 4 for Reese Metzger. Clock approaching the 2-minute, I can't say 2-minute warning. What do they call that in college football now? The 2-minute, it's not the warning, not the 2-minute timeout. 2-minute timeout?
I believe that's what they refer to it as.
I don't know. They had some sort of thing against the word warning. I don't know. 2-minute notification. I guess that's too many syllables. And again, Edwards hit the pistol. Metzger behind him. Metzger looking for his 3rd rushing touchdown, and he's got it. Touchdown Muskies, 27-0. Reese Metzger with touchdown number 3. 1-yard plunge for Reese Metzger. And it's been a pretty solid night for that young man, but mainly because that offensive line tonight with Jake Crawford, Jimmy Boyd, Owen Abels, Landon Cornelius, and Rowdy Zimbo, they've done their job up front. And they have moved some people here in the second half especially. Caden West is on, number 15, sophomore right footer, trying to make it a perfect 4 for 4. Good snap to Edwards, and a kick is right down the center again. 28-0 with 1:31 to go before the end of this one. And we'll step aside for a moment as we give our local sponsors another listen during this break on YRP-TV and on 97.7 FM. Back in a moment.
I'm Ted from TK Auto Service at 2303 Glen Highway.
And I'm Julie. We've been in business for 26 years, proudly serving this community with reliable and trustworthy auto services.
Our customers are like family, and we are committed to keeping your vehicle running smoothly.
Whether it's a quick oil change or a major repair, we're here for you. We appreciate your trust and support.
Be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram to stay updated and connected.
Thanks for choosing TK Auto Services. We're here because of you.
Need help finding a job or recruiting reliable workers? Action Total Staffing is your trusted local staffing partner. We work hard to connect skilled candidates with employers across southeastern Ohio. Action Total Staffing provides industrial, administrative, temp to hire, direct hire, and seasonal staffing solutions. Since 1994, our staff has offered personalized screenings and in-person interviews to match top talent with great opportunities. Visit our Zanesville location to launch your next chapter with Action Total Staffing.
97.7 on your FM dial. We're WILE FM, Byesville, Cambridge.
And we're back with another Valentine Insurance kickoff by John Glenn. 28-0 now, a commanding lead. And this squibber went right on the fly to West Muskingum's Cade Porter, I think. And he'll return it to the 50-yard line. A 12-yard return for Porter. And they'll mark him out just on the West End side of the 50. Minute 25 to go in this one. A 4-touchdown game for John Glenn. They'll move to 2-1 on the year. And for West Muskingum, after having a lot of success, the last 2 or 3 seasons, really, especially on offense, they've had some real weapons and so on. I know this is a real disappointment to come away with a shutout loss, it looks like, here tonight, unless they put something together here quickly. And that's going to be nearly intercepted by Pennington at the 36-yard line, diving in front of the receiver, Carter Smith. Brownrigg rolling out to his right, nearly picked off there. Good read by Pennington. Boy, Pennington on, we're usually talking about him receiving the ball on offense, but his defense has been better tonight.
Well, yeah, done a nice job.
By a ton. Not that he's stunk it up offensively at all, but his defense tonight, that's a couple of passes he's broken up, and he has the pick 6.
Yeah, 41-yard pick 6, and then two breakups there.
2nd and 10. And this time it'll be Morrison, the sophomore QB, throwing it up for intended wide receiver number 13, Taven Bennett, the senior, and that was broken up. Pennington was out there along with Connor Shoemake and Keegan Wolford. A freshman is out there too for John Glenn. Had about 3 guys in coverage for the Muskie D. 3rd and 10, West End from their own 49 with 1:11 to play before we call it a night. 3 wideouts to the right side, 1 to the left. And Morrison, again, the sophomore QB, rolls to his left, throws on the run, and that's caught by Carter Smith, a gain of 6. At the 45-yard line of John Glenn, and fellow freshman Keegan Wolford with the stop for John Glenn. Make it 4th down and 4. West Muskingum now needs another 4 yards to continue this drive with just 45 seconds remaining in the game. 4 wideouts again for sophomore QB Noah Morrison. Throws it up. He's got Carter Smith. He's got it. And he trips and stumbles, tackles himself at the 4-yard line. Clock will stop at 33.5 seconds, so West End has a chance here to at least avoid the shutout. That was a beautiful pass by Morrison, but a flag is down in the backfield. Boy, what a bitter disappointment. Nope, they're going to say against. Looks like roughing the passer. Roughing the passer, the call against John Glenn, so that'll move it half the distance to the goal, so that'll mark it around the 2. 1st and goal on a Bicon Services West End 1st down. So it'll be nice for Coach Nate Brownrigg's Tornadoes here to build on something a little positive here at the end of the game. Little glimmer of light. Ball just in front of the 3-yard line as Morrison has David Evans on his left side as a running back. 3 receivers packed to the left side, throwing across the right side for Taven Bennett, and that was way over his head, and that was into the seats of about 2 or 3 rows of lawn chair spectators in that east end zone. Second and goal for West End. Number 14, Noah Morrison, sophomore, running the controls now. 3 wideouts to the left side. They throw a quick screen out to the left side, and a touchdown for Carter Smith for the Tornadoes with just 18 seconds remaining in the game. So the Tornadoes take the goose egg off the board. It's 28-6.
Silas Kuhn to attempt the PAT.
And senior Silas Kuhn now on number 21 to attempt the point after, the left footer, with Noah Morrison holding for him. He's going to have an illegal substitution, I think is what's going to happen here. 55 came in, ran in from the sideline. They only had 10 guys out on the field. And I really don't know what the rules are for that in high school for illegal substitution. Sometimes it seems like it's a violation, sometimes it's not. He comes off the field now. Well, maybe that was the 12th man. I don't know.
Must have been.
Maybe it was 12 guys. A little longer extra point attempt here for Kuhn. No problem for his leg. That's right down the center, up and good from the lefty. And 17.9 seconds remaining. 28-7 your score. John Glenn on top. And we'll keep it here until the conclusion of our contest here. Big night here for the Muskies. Reese Metzger here, Rich.
Really has done a great job. You know, offensive we've talked about a lot. 30 carries, 138 yards unofficially, and just done a nice job. Owen Edwards on the ground has done a nice job. 10 carries, 32 yards to lead the Muskies on the ground. And just enough through the air to get the job done. But I'll tell you, we really got to talk about Ryder Pennington just for a second. That I think that 41-yard interception for a touchdown just kind of flipped the script and really created some momentum for John Glenn. And then Reese Metzger and company kind of took it over from there. But just want to give Ryder Pennington a shout out there because I really think that play really changed the game for the Muskies.
I think it did. Definitely a momentum swinger. And this Valentine Insurance kickoff by Silas Kuhn is going to bounce at the 4-yard line and into the end zone for a touchback as Metzger lets it go. And the Muskies should have to just run one downing of the knee, and that should about do it tonight for this Week 3 high school football contest. All right, Rich Hall, you're going to really earn your money here really soon after this kneel down here. Edwards takes the snap, takes the knee. Loss of a yard or so, but that'll do it. John Glenn gets win number 2 in 3 weeks, and they have taken an opening season overtime loss, and they have turned it into 2 decisive victories here in weeks number 2 and 3. 28-7 the winner over West Muskingum. Nate Brownrigg's Tornadoes falling to 1-2 on the year so far. 28-7 your final as John Glenn wins it here on their home turf in New Concord. Lots to come in our post-game report. Rich Hall's statistics. We'll have our Guernsey Muskingum Electric Cooperative Powered Lineman of the game, our Lock 9 Pizza Muskie Player of the game as well as other scores from other games, and we'll take a quick look at next week's slate of games as well on our ABC Sports stations. We'll return with more here on ABC Sports on YRP-TV and 97.7 FM as our post-game report continues after this.
Members of Guernsey Muskingum Electric Cooperative love Southeast Ohio, where the hills roll, the roads are crooked, and the trees are plentiful. Keeping the lights on in our beautiful corner of the state is a challenge Guernsey Muskingum gladly accepts and works hard to accomplish. Safety and reliable electricity at a reasonable cost are always our top priorities. It's our way of keeping the lights on for all members of Guernsey Muskingum Electric Cooperative, a Touchstone Energy cooperative.
At Village Hardware and Rental in Barnesville, we've got everything you need for homeowner, contractor, and commercial jobs. From trusted Milwaukee tools and everyday hardware to pro-grade Valspar paint, trusted color you can count on. Plus, we offer paint mixing, key cutting, special orders, and commercial services too. And now, introducing our officially open firearms and ammo department. Fully stocked, trusted, and convenient. Whether you're working, improving, or protecting, Village Hardware and Rental is your one-stop shop. Drop by at 265 South Chestnut Street, Barnesville. Village Hardware and Rental. We make it easy to build the world around you.
Looking for an incredible deal on a new Ford, Lincoln, or Nissan? Come check out our vastly growing inventory selection and ask us about all the low APR options that are going on right now at Dutro Ford, Lincoln, Nissan.
If a new vehicle isn't in the budget, let us show you a pre-owned alternative that is sure to fit all your needs without breaking the bank. We know with the running from work to practice or games doesn't leave much time for car shopping, so view our full inventory online 24/7 at dutrosauto.com.
Best of luck to all the coaches and players this year. Have a safe and successful season from all of us at Dutro Ford, Lincoln, Nissan.
At Abel's, we're proud that so many people trust our family with their family's home comfort. I'm Russ Abels. For new heating and cooling, you can trust us to save you money with our high-efficiency systems. We're trusted for electrical work, lighting, outlets, generators, complete home electrical service upgrades. We do it all. And you can trust us in an emergency. Whether it's heating, cooling, or electrical repairs, we promise to do the job right. It's what we do for family, and it's what everyone deserves. Trust Abels.
It's that time of year again. Football season is upon us. Hey, Mark Kelly here with Bicon Services, wishing all our local teams a great and successful year. As your premier commercial building contractor, Bicon Services is ready to tackle everything from small facility renovations to large industrial expansions. We're here to handle all your commercial and industrial needs under one roof. So while you're out there scoring the winning touchdown, let us work on making your next commercial project a success. Bicon Services, building the future one project at a time.
That's who I'm going to go with, but you
there's no overriding. Dave Davidson, Rich Hall back on WILE FM and on WirePTV. Thanks a lot again, Joel Lasigo and Mike Mitchell running our controls on the tech side on WirePTV. They're going over the John Glenn alma mater there with the football players and student section. That student section was entertaining to listen to and watch tonight. Just as much fun as the second half was for John Glenn as well. Rich Hall statistics here in just a few moments or so. Right now, first thing we'll do, we'll go to our Surgent Construction scoreboard update so far as to what we've got going on in high school football around the league in our area right now. Late third quarter, last report, Sheridan 21, Licking Heights 13. Let's see, Ridgewood in a battle now with Cleveland Lutheran East up in West Lafayette. That's 23-20. Ridgewood with a field goal lead late in that third quarter. Philo's taking command now after a nip and tuck battle with the Maysville Panthers at 2-0. Looks like Philo's going to get to 2-1 on the year. They have a 17-point lead in the fourth quarter, 31-14, the advantage over the Panthers in Maysville. Both of those teams will probably be 2-1 at the end of it. Meadowbrook, last score we have was a 26-7 halftime lead at home against Cambridge. Newark 50, Zanesville 20. If you like offense, 70 points scored through not quite 36 minutes of playing time there at Salzburger Stadium in Zanesville. New Lexington with a win tonight. They go to 3-0, handing Morgan its first loss of the season, 33-14, as the Raiders go down during Morgan County Fair Week. Crooksville goes to 3-0 as they hammer the hapless Black Bears of Riverview 48-0. Barnesville 40-0 winners over Bel Air. The Shamrocks, boy, that freight train just keeps on a rolling for the red and green down there in Barnesville. Malvern 34-15 lead in the fourth quarter on Harrison Central. Indian Valley rolls on. They had a big, of course, a resounding win against Steubenville last week. They are hosting Roosevelt this week out of Washington, D.C., and they have a 49-14 lead late in that third quarter there from Janaden Hutton. Buckeye Local 14-0 over Shadyside. That was early third quarter. And let's see here, what else have we got? West Holmes 28, Dover 7, and Tuslaw with a 36-14 advantage over Caldwell. So let's see, one more. Newcomerstown 38 and Conotton Valley 20. And that game going on late in the third quarter as well. Rich Hall, time for you to take over now in the post-game report. First, let's look at our Guernsey Muskingum Electric Cooperative Hour lineman of the game. Who you select?
I'm going to select Jimmy Boyd tonight, senior Jimmy Boyd on the left guard for the Muskies. I think he did a great job, opening the way for Reese Metzger. Played a huge part in his runs to the outside. May have had one holding call, not sure it was him. But other than that, Boyd did a great job sealing that left side for our running backs for the Muskies tonight. So he's our lineman of the game.
All right, congratulations to senior Jimmy Boyd, our Guernsey Muskingum Electric Cooperative power lineman of the game. And now the big one here, not much surprise, I think, here, since you already gave the honorable mention to Ryder Pennington with the pick 6, our Lock 9 Pizza player of the game for John Glenn.
Really, just got to go with Reese Metzger tonight. 30 carries unofficially, 138 yards, and just really controlled the game especially once they got the lead with the pick 6 from Ryder Pennington. I will give him another shout out because I really feel like that flipped the game. But Metzger did a great job just kind of controlling the offense. And shout out to Owen Edwards too. He also had a nice night on the ground, 10 carries, 52 yards. So overall for the Muskies on the ground, 43 carries, 187 yards, 138 of those go to
The only real bugaboo tonight for John Glenn, I think, was just the first half, the first 3 possessions.
This is the Ohio Education Association tonight
close to the red zone for West Muskingum. The fumble on the drive after a good pass play and so on. Those were real momentum killers. Took them a while to get the momentum back. And as you said, I think Pennington, with that defensive play he made there, finally swung the tide, kind of got that tight ball kind of unraveled, and then John Glenn's offense and defense really cut loose.
It really did. I think it really got their attention, and they felt like, hey, we're back in our zone now, and then kind of took over the game and just did a great job to come away with the win. If you're West Muskingum, it just was couldn't get anything going. Just a tough night. Brownrigg led him in rushing with 8 carries, 54 yards. Total of only 61 yards on the ground, but the interesting fact here is if you look at the lost yardage on the lost snaps, and there were 5 of them for a total of 74 yards. So basically a negative 13 on the ground. If you look at that from that perspective, just couldn't get much going. Same thing through the air, tough night. 11 for 17 for 78 yards. I think the bright spot might have been Morrison coming in 5 for 7 for 49 yards with the touchdown late in the game, just to give them, walk away with some type of hope to get prepared for next week, because going to New Lex next week for West Muskingum is going to be a tough order, especially coming off 2 games in a row where I think if you're Nate Brownrigg, you didn't think your team played very well. They didn't play very well last week, and probably in their eyes, when you look at statistically, didn't play real well tonight either.
Right. A couple of final quick stats here for us.
Just John Glenn, I think, like we said, once they got it going, they played pretty well. Obviously, they want to clean some things up, but I will say this: there were very few penalties tonight by the Muskies that really impacted the game. They had they had the penalty early, kind of cleaned it up, did a great job on the ground. Like I said, 187 yards, and then offensively through the air, 7 of 10 for 28 yards. Really didn't have to go to the air very much, but Colton Gress, 4 catches for 17 yards, kind of leading the way there. But again, defensively, gave up 7 late, and that was probably not all their starters out there. There's going to be some discussion about giving up a touchdown late, though. There's a lot of pride here, especially playing at home, that there'll be a discussion about not getting the shutout.
Sure will.
It'll be a teachable moment.
I think so. Next week number 4 on our AVC Sports stations. 5 games on our lineup next week. We'll have Buckeye Trail at Shenandoah, Brook facing Cambridge. Meadowbrook will go to Crooksville, is now 3-0. That'll be a pretty good contest, I think, there with new head coach in Crooksville there. Monroe Central plays at Caldwell, and then Buckeye Local has a daunting task of going to Shamrock Stadium and facing another powerful 3-0 Shamrock team in Barnesville next week.
Yeah, great schedule of high school football week after week. It's what makes this so much fun.
Glad you enjoyed it. Thanks for being with us here on AVC Sports. Thanks again to Joel Lasigo and Mike Mitchell on our YRP TV side. And Richard Hall, great to work with you again, pal.
Good to see you, Dave.
We'll see you soon enough. We'll see you down the road. Dave Davidson and Richard Hall saying goodnight from John Glenn High School Field. Final score once again, John Glenn 28 and West Muskingum 7. Have a great weekend, everybody.
high school football.
From ABC Sports
On WILE FM, Byesville, Cambridge.